We say we'd never put our kids in danger by leaving them in the car alone. Oh, wait, since when are candles not on the baking aisle? But never happens. And temperatures as low as 60 degrees can be deadly for children left behind. So always bring them with you, and every time you park the car, stop, look, lock. Brought to you by NHTSA and the Ad Council.
All of your favorite 1017 The Truth content whenever you want. The Truth app has it all. The Truth is on 1017 and 1510 WGKB Waukesha, a locally owned Good Karma brand station. The place for the realest conversations.
I appreciate United Garden Homes for stopping through with a check for $2,000.
Yes.
Some people came through anonymously.
Yes.
Dropped off money. The family has received those funds. And whatever you can do, if everybody do a little, nobody has to do a lot.
The movement continues.
What are some of the conditions in the jail that got people upset, like the living conditions on a day-to-day basis?
We'll come out of our cell at 11 o'clock in the morning. We'll get food and we'll get medication. So that shortens the time. Out of those 2 hours, we'll probably get an hour out, and then we'll have to lock right now. And by lock right now, I mean we staying in our cell. We get fed in our cell. We don't come out of our cell at all, and that's pretty much the biggest problem. And they simply say that they're short-staffed, but that's not enough because they knew that they were going to be short-staffed. Like, this has been a problem for over 2 years now.
The marathon continues.
There's never been a better time to make change in the city of Milwaukee, starting with the youth. And we talked about the housing. Willie Hines, y'all boy Willie Hines, and they trying to change the leadership over there. We got our hands full, and it's not the time. But we got attorney B. Ivy Lamar on the lines right now, calling from the courthouse. How you doing, attorney B. Ivy Lamar?
Hey, what's going on, Tory? I'm good, man. Happy to be here.
Joining me on the line, Dr. Umar Johnson. How you doing, brother, Dr. Umar Johnson?
Peace and Pan-Africanism, good brother Black Power to all my brothers and sisters in Milwaukee, Kenosha, Green Bay, Racine, and across the state of Wisconsin.
Yo, peace, King. I'm going to stand with you and walk with you, brother.
God bless you.
Because I think it's an important thing what you're doing, and you need to have the support of the community. Regardless if we live in these areas or not, it all affects us in one way or shape or form.
It's time for that action and all the smoke. This is the Wisconsin Broadcasters Association award-winning Tory Lowe Show on 1017 The Truth app, and streaming live on YouTube.
Man, best show in the world, bro. You got the best show in the world. Hope you know that, man.
God bless you, brother. I appreciate that.
Big up to you both. Thank you so much. Tory, you spoke to my kids. Liz, you did too. But you spoke to my kids, and when I tell you both that they was talking about what we did earlier that morning all day, that's literally what they was doing. They was talking about it all day. My son was just hollering, awesome. Where's Tory? Like,
I wanted to make sure that I let you know that to hear a person and have a person like you in this community, the way that you are selfless, the way that you give, even when your cup is not even full, you are filling other people's cup. And that just inspires me to make sure that I help you the best way that I can by doing my part.
As always, my good brother, stay cool, stay calm, stay focused.
Now, live from the Avenue in the heart of downtown Milwaukee, here is the king of talk radio, Tory Lowe.
Justice Wisconsin, the truth, the most requested advocate in the state. 101.7 FM, the movement continues. Yeah. Milwaukee, stand up. It's Tory Lowe, the truth. From 1 to 4, we about that action, so tap in and let's go. We want that justice, we want all the smoke. From Monday through Friday, trying to bring the city hope. Yeah. Tory Lowe from 1 to 4, Monday through Friday, let's go. We bout that action from the block, and we ready, let's go. Tap in, and it ain't no holding back. We ready. 101.7 The Truth. Tory Lowe. Tory Lowe Show live from American Family Insurance Studio at the Avenue. And I'm here for the action.
And nothing but that action.
And I want all the smoke.
Who wants the smoke today?
Salute to all my brothers and sisters on the front lines. The marathon continues.
The movement continues.
How y'all doing out there in Radio Land? How y'all doing in the chat? We got another powerful show for you today. So I'm gonna need y'all to open up your ears, okay? Thank you for joining me on this Tuesday. I'll tell you this, we got a lot to cover in the show today. Salute to everybody in the chat. But this is my first show of the week. I was down. I had to recover from yesterday. I just under the weather yesterday, and so we back today. This is my first show of the week. Y'all know if I don't make it on Monday, if we don't have a show Monday, we gotta have it Tuesday. That Monday prayer on the Tuesday. Let's get the Miracle Minister Kevin on the lines. How you doing, Miracle Minister Kevin?
Hey, Tory, I'm doing pretty good. Glad to see you back as powerful as ever.
Well, let me tell you something. I was under the weather so bad yesterday, and oh, my goodness. But then I rose up like Lazarus.
Oh, wow. So Jesus wept and everything. You saw, huh? That's all right. But Andrew and I got a question for you.
That's love. So your heart starts pumping and you think of a lie and you say that you already ate. And your friend says, man, there's plenty of food. So he piles some more on.
Oh, here we go.
But while the sticky food's steaming, your mind starts to dream of the moment it's time to leave.
Here we go.
And then you look at your plate and your chicken's still rotting into something that looks like cheese. Oh, so you say,
all right, see, this
place, I don't...
What are you and Andrew up to? Okay. Here we go.
So, have you ever went over your friend's house to eat and the food just ain't no good? I mean, the macaroni, sausage, cheese,
wow.
And the chicken tastes like wood.
Hey, that could have been the root of the problem. That could have been the root of the problem.
That could have been.
Yeah. Y'all is clowning.
Yeah, I heard you down a little bit.
Y'all is clowning.
I had to tease you a little bit.
That's fine. And hopefully you set up some prayers because I'm feeling powerful today. I'm feeling extremely powerful.
It's okay. But, it was Mother's Day weekend last weekend, and I hope that all the mothers, all the good mothers were appreciated, showed some honor and everything. I was listening to the Truth in the Morning with the legendary Homer Lowe and Bailey Coleman. They were talking about the mother and father who gave that fireball alcohol to their baby.
To the baby.
Like, wow, he liked to call them, PWKs, people with kids, not parents, and unfortunately that's what we have a lot of out here. But that's why I say I hope that people honor the real mothers, the real people who raised them, the grandmothers, whoever it was, who had a hand in raising them, who did whatever they had to do to make sure there was food on the table, make sure there was clothes on your back, did whatever work, many jobs they have to. A lot of them, even my mother, had to go in and work for the older white men, taking care of their house, their matches and stuff. Sort of like it reminds you of the movie The Help. But they did what they had to do just so you could have something to eat when you get home from school.
Well,
you could have some clothes to wear to school.
Right. They told me when I was coming up, you got sometimes, and you'll find out that you got to do what you got to do to get through.
And they did it for their children, not did it for themselves, so they could, buy some fireball to knock you out. Yeah.
Well, the sad thing is the goofy stuff that happens in these homes. Like I see it all the time. Every day I get called to something and I just shake my head and wonder, why? And, it gets to the point where you start to realize that people have to make choices. And when you make certain choices, it comes with certain costs. And every day I see people are choosing to lose. And it's just sad to see. But in life, life comes with consequences, good and bad. This is why you have to make your choices carefully, because every decision you make has a positive or negative outcome. And you want to make more positive choices than negative choices. But some things you can't come back from. And I always tell people, you got to make sure when you about to do something, especially when it comes to kids, especially when it comes to people's lives, or you about to take a life, or you about to interfere with innocent life or somebody's life, you got to make sure that you understand that there's consequences to your actions. And let that be that.
I don't think the people realize that, though, Tory. Because when you see the things they do, look at the talking about the man work for the sheriff department down at the courthouse who got killed on Titonian Chambers.
Right.
And I haven't really heard the full details, but I heard something about he was sitting in his Jeep. And I hope that wasn't such situation like mine where somebody just got to have your vehicle at all costs, and they don't think about the consequences of the victim, their family, their loved ones, or the consequences of themselves, what they gonna be facing as far as going to prison, and their family and their children, if they have any. What are they thinking about when they just do this stuff? If you kill somebody or try to kill somebody just to take their vehicle, you're not gonna be able to keep it. So what are you doing?
A lot of people are impulsive. A lot of people have made impulsive decisions on emotions and stupidity, and that's just a real part of life. And people, many times, it'll leave you scratching your head why they have done what they have done. But at the end, I want them to be held accountable for those decisions, good or bad. A lot of people always try to hover around the negativity, but it works both ways. You make great decisions. You make good decisions, chances are the outcome is better. You make bad decisions, and the chances are, you're just going to have a horrible outcome. And many times people don't realize that until after the decision is made. You got to have some emotional intelligence when you're operating in this world today. You can't be impulsive and act off emotions and then thinking that, you're acting off emotions is going to be an excuse or some kind of apology later when you've then harmed innocent life or then caused pain and hurt. That it don't work like that.
Right. And let me just say this, that people get a misconception of forgiveness. You can forgive the person who does it, like I did in my case. You can forgive the person. That does not mean that I don't want you to suffer the consequences of your actions. Forgiveness does not equate to you're getting away scot-free or you not being punished. There's no accountability. It does not equate to that. Forgiveness is more for myself than it is for you. Because I'm not going to sit up and be mad at you and wishing you die and wishing your family the worst. No, I'm not going to sit up here and torture myself like that. The forgiveness is more for me. Now, you can do it as you want to. If I forgive you, you can do it as you want to. But that does not mean that I don't want you to get as much time as you could possibly get.
Well,
people think that you forgive, that means you forgive and forget and say it's okay, just let them go. No, not at all. You still got to get your lumps, and that's fine. That's fine. You can think that. You can hope that, and there's nothing wrong with that. Because God forgives, but He still punishes too.
Well, I'll say this.
You still get punished for what you done.
I'll say this. You got to be understanding that for every action, there is a reaction. Positive or negative. I'm not one of those revelation Bible beating people. Every time I talk to somebody, they living in revelation. Right. I don't do that. Like I said,
All I'm saying is, if you make the smart decisions, you open up the better opportunities, or if you're making positive decisions or things that in a good direction, and you're maneuvering in that space, you may be open to a lot more positive outcomes. If you're making negative decisions, you're going to be open to a lot more negative outcomes. You got to make sure that when you make a decision, you got to make sure that you're going to swallow the consequences of a lot of these decisions, good or bad. So a lot of people are choosing to crash out. They're talking about it. They'll tell you in their conversation, I'm going to crash out. I wish somebody would. All of this extra. Okay, well, you asking for negativity to invade your life at that point. And so here we go.
You open for it.
You open yourself because you looking for it. You telling people, I wish somebody would, or I ain't the one, or this and that. You saying all this extra stuff. Well, you opening up the gates for that to come to fruition in your life. And however that look. That's why I stay powerful. I'm going to keep moving forward no matter what, because I control my outcome. You control your outcome.
They say be careful what you ask for. Be careful what you ask for, because you might just get it. So don't ask for that kind of thing to happen. Just pray that it don't happen. Pray that you could deal with something that negative, that you could deal with it positively. You can turn that negative into a positive. That's all it is. We ain't always going to get it right, but we got a chance to get back up. We got a chance.
What they say, we fall down, but we get up.
That's right. And as long as you keep getting up, you're winning. If you stay down, like in boxing, you stay down, you lose.
Hey.
You get back up, you got a chance to win.
Well, I just wish more people choose to win. That's the best thing I can say, as we move into the rest of this year. And if y'all listening, I'm going to need y'all to get ready to get on one accord. As you know, my first show of the week, we get on one accord and we do that prayer. We're doing the Monday prayer on the Tuesday. This is my first show of the week, and we appreciate you, Miracle Minister Kevin, for coming on faithfully to give the community the Monday prayer on the Tuesday today. Thank you.
Amen. God bless. Lord, we thank you again for the opportunity we had over the weekend to honor all the mothers, wives, grandmothers, sisters, and even the aunties who sacrificed so much and prayed so hard for us. Without them, we couldn't have made it thus far. So we pray a special blessing upon them and all those who come, because they are the ones who you put in place to mold and nurture our future generations. But to those mothers out there, we ask that you grant wisdom and patience, understanding and forgiveness, faithfulness and determination. And yes, Lord, hold us all accountable for successes and the failures. If we shall happen to fall short of your glory, grant us grace and mercy as you lift us back up in love. Be the lighthouse in this time of storm and bring us back to a safe place in you. I speak life and life more abundantly. In Jesus' name, amen.
Anything else you want to say, Miracle Minister Kevin?
As always, my good brother, stay cool, stay calm, stay focused.
Hey, look, when we come back, we're going to get into the show, Truth Nation. Stay locked in right here on Tory Lowe.
Don't touch that dial. The Tory Lowe Show will be right back on 1017 The Truth, The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com. Coming with straight truth.
One can invest their whole life and effort in helping the community, and sometimes they don't get nothing back. But you know what? You keep on going with it, okay? God bless you. Happy upcoming Father's Day. And hang on in there. And Tory, don't worry about what nobody say about you, because they're going to talk about you anyway, because they can't do what you do.
Catch the Tory Lowe Show every weekday from 1 p.m. to 4 p.m.
Hi, this is Sherwin Hughes from 1017 The Truth, and I want to talk to you about something bigger than just buying a house. I'm talking about building a legacy. Owning a home isn't just about 4 walls and a roof. It's about giving your kids a place where memories are made, where birthdays are celebrated, and where they always belong. It's about planting roots, knowing your neighbors, waving from the porch, and being a part of a community that feels like family. If you've been renting and wondering if home ownership is even possible, Axe Housing is here to work with you. An Axe Housing coach will help you create a plan, a budget, and move step by step toward owning a place you can truly call your own. They've already helped over 4,000 families become homeowners, and many are paying less than they were paying for rent. Don't let where you are today stop your families tomorrow. Start your journey at axehousing.org. That is ACTS housing.org. Your legacy begins at home.
Sweet Talks Medical Spa in Menominee Falls. Skip the sterile clinical office feel. Sweet Talk stays on the cutting edge of beauty and wellness innovations in a vibrant, playful space, promoting self-love and confidence. Sweet Talk specializes in a range of treatments, including injectables, medical-grade skincare, weight loss, hormone therapies, and more. Not sure where to start? Sweet Talks offers comprehensive wellness consultations to create a customized plan centered around you. Because at Sweet Talks, your goals are their goals. Learn more at sweettalks.com.
Walk in for a suit, walk out with two. It's buy one, get one half off throughout May at Nicobani's. Suits, blazers, hats, jeans, and more. Everything you need from a hands-on team that styles you from head to toe. Find a suit, add shoes for half the price. Land the perfect two-piece set? Now add a vest for 50% less. Prom, graduation, galas, whatever's on your calendar, now's the time to stop in to Nicobani's. Second floor at Mayfair Mall across from AMC. Buy one, get one half off throughout May at Nicobani's. Some exclusions may apply. See store for details.
Prizes, exclusive experiences, even cash money. You want it? We've got it. Find a list of all contests and official rules by visiting truthcontests.com. That's truthcontests.com.
Happy kids heal faster, and that's why Starlight is dedicated to improving the mental well-being of sick kids across the U.S. Learn how at starlight.org.
Hurt by a truck? Call Gruber offices. One call, that's all.
This is the Tory Lowe Show on 1017 The Truth, The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
K-Bone, 10 toes. We outside for the people. Yeah. Step out the crib, that heart on my sleeve. Phone keep ringing, that call I receive. Grandma on the porch say pray then leave. So I lace up hope like a brand new weave. Block full of pain, I done walk them tears. Face every fear, I done fought their years. Name in their ear like a chant in the bleachers. Front row love for the hurt and the dreams. They say tone it down, I just turn up truth. Made for the trenches, I was raised by proof. If the system cold, then I bring that flame. You can see that light when you shout my name. Tory Lowe, that Batman.
1017 The Truth. Tory Lowe Show. Hey, look, salute to everybody joining the show in the chat. Let me see what's going on in the chat. We got Kawan in the chat. Jeff, Sincere, Runny Ray Real, salute King, salute. SE in the chat. Jeff, Nicole is in the chat. Mo the Elephant, I see you. He said, Mo the Elephant says, Tory, what is this with you having two weeks left? What's 2 weeks left? What he talking about? What Mo the Elephant talking about? Okay, well, kind of explain what you're saying, Mo the Elephant. He says 2 weeks left. Josh is in the chat. Salute, Josh. Salute. I see you, Anita. And One Man Army is in the chat. Lady B, I see you in the chat. She says, Tory, I'm happy to know that you are back live. Sherwin said this morning that you were done in the studio. Glad it's not true. What you mean? Like, okay, so I guess there's some conversation going on that I'm not aware of. I missed yesterday because I was under the weather. So
man can't have a sick day.
I can't even feel sick. I can't even be sick. Like, I mean, I used a sick day. I was terrible. Like, I guess.
Like the first one you've ever used.
Well, I guess Lady B saying that I guess Mo the Elephant probably reacting to something Sherwin said on his show. Okay, so Dame, the name, salute Dame. And Josh is in the chat. I appreciate y'all for joining us. Okay, so I seen two people. Let me read this. something was said on Sherwin Show because they telling me in the chat. It says, I didn't hear you announce that you were leaving. I'm going to miss Tory Lowe from 1 to 4. I started listening to The Truth because of you. Praying for you on your next adventures and chapters in life. Okay, so I guess something was said on Sherwin Show that I'm not making the transition or something like that with the other place or whatever they civic media or whatever. And I'll tell you this, it's a it's highly possible that I may not, I'm not, I know a lot of the, how they run things, and we have had conversations, and I have my attorney at the meeting. So like I told them, if it's BS, I don't want nothing to do with it. You know what I mean? So I'm gonna throw it out there like that. If they trying to give people scripts to read, like since I've been here at 101.7 The Truth, they have allowed everybody to come in their own special way. That's what made The Truth unique. Everybody could come in their own way and deal with the community from their perspective. I'm an advocate, so I deal with a lot of things in the community. I've been able to do anything that was happening in my community and come on the air and do it. Now, if they're going to be trying to, change that format, then I don't want nothing to do with it. And that's just the truth. Like, I don't want nothing to do with it. And God bless everybody, But at some point, we got to have something that's not scripted, that's not put in a box, and that's not trying to shape or direct people in certain directions where people can hear what Sherwin says or what Homer Blow says or what Sherwin says or what Kyle says, and then come up with their own conclusion. That's what made The Truth organic. That's what made The Truth original. That's what made The Truth what it is to this day. Right now, as I'm sitting on the air, everybody was able to come in their own way. Now, when it gets to the point where if it's scripted, like where, okay, you can't say this, you can't say that, you can't do this, you can't do that, then we no longer have what have made The Truth powerful. So God bless. However it ends up, whatever they decide to do, I just want to be able to advocate and do Tory Lowe. And I've been doing that before I was on The Truth. Before I came to The Truth, I had 80-some thousand followers on social media. All of my social medias are packed with just people looking for assistance and help. So regardless if I'm on the air or if I'm on social media, if I'm whatever I decide to choose to do, if I become a reporter, if whatever I decide to do, trust me, it's gonna be the same. And I'm gonna always be honest and straight up with the people, and I'm always gonna be an advocate for those that look for me to try to assist. And that's it. The truth, I was made before I got on The Truth. The Truth just only helped us spread the message because we could be original and organic. Nobody came in on The Truth and tried to tell somebody how to predict or how to present their show. And if moving forward is that what's going to happen, then I'm not doing that. God bless everybody. I'm not reading no scripts. Ain't nobody for to come and tell me how to advocate for my community, and that is what it is. And it don't matter what kind of money or what kind of price that people throw on it or not. It's always been about making sure that the people got the real reaction, the real honest action and results as an advocate from me, at least from me. So that's it. That's all I got to say about it. So y'all heard it from me. Y'all, I'm telling you, like, I don't know what's being said because I don't have time to pay attention to a lot of things that go on because as soon as I get out of here, I'm swamped with families, with troubles, with issues that people want me to resolve. So that's my day. But y'all heard it from the horse's mouth. If they gonna try to put things in a box where people can't thrive or they have to be a certain way to be on the air, then you can leave me out of it. And I don't want no part of that. And that's it. That ain't up to me. That's up to, I'm gonna stay free. I want to stay free and able to do what I feel like doing on the behalf of my people and not have it altered in no kind of way. So if this transition, if there's no more Tory Lowe from 1 to 4, then y'all know why. And if Tory Lowe from 1 to 4 keep going, then you know why. Also, we got the mixtape available. It's gonna be coming out. When is the May 22nd?
May 22nd.
May
Friday before
22nd.
Memorial Day.
So send y'all emails in, cause we got 11. I had got it down to 11 songs. The Tory Lowe Show soundtrack will be out May 22nd. We got a lot of emails to send it out to. Be doing one big email blast. I'm not charging nobody for it. I mean, like I said, this is just my gift to the true fans, to the Tory Lowe Show fans, the people that is about that action. This is my gift to you. Hey, look, when we come back, we'll have a pop culture report. Truth Nation. Stay locked in.
Don't touch that dial. The Tory Lowe Show will be right back on 1017 The Truth, The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
Discover your new favorite city, Milwaukee. Catch a sunrise over Lake Michigan. Sip your way through craft breweries and dive into a dining scene that's turning heads. From museums and music to thrilling sports teams and buzzing nightlife, Milwaukee delivers all season long. Good things are always brewing on the Fresh Coast. The expert guides at visitmilwaukee.org have everything you need to fully plan every detail. Whatever it is you'd like to do in Milwaukee. Plan your trip today at visitmilwaukee.org.
70 million people in the U.S. have learning and thinking differences, like ADHD and dyslexia. Each has their own story. This is ours. At first, I thought it was just a phase. Then schoolwork became a struggle. Emotions got bigger, and my kids started falling behind. I felt alone, like I was lost in the dark trying to find answers. Then I learned about Understood.org, a nonprofit empowering parents and kids like us. It was like we had a light to show us the path ahead. Whenever new challenges came up, their guidance helped us figure out our next step. We still have tough days, but now we have direction. And I have the tools and resources I need to help my child thrive. No matter where you are on the path, Understood can help you keep moving forward. Visit understood.org/yourpath today.
Want to protect our planet? The air we breathe, water we drink, and land we share? Real progress begins with birds. Yes, birds. The very ones we see and hear every day. On a walk, in the park, or simply out the window. That's because birds are more than birds. They're symbols, sentinels that reveal the health of our planet and our people. And by helping them thrive, all of us thrive as well. Audubon is a place where birds matter, where habitats are protected, where communities are engaged, and where change takes flight. Because at Audubon, hope begins with birds. Progress begins with birds. It all begins with birds. Audubon.
This sports update on 1017 The Truth is powered by ESPN Milwaukee. I'm Xavier Spencer. The Milwaukee Brewers are back today after a wild Mother's Day weekend, especially for Bryce Terang. Yankees superstar Aaron Judge says Terang is doing it all right.
I didn't know much about him. I played him a couple times with Milwaukee, but after getting a chance to see him up close, be around him in the clubhouse, man, he's one of my favorite players and favorite players to watch in the game right now. He's impressive to watch, man. He's going to be a bright young star in this game for a long time.
Brewers are back at it tonight against the San Diego Padres. First pitch is at 6:40. All eyes are on the Milwaukee Bucks as there are reports of the team being open for business for a Giannis trade once again. And ownership and front office officials expect to maintain their trade deadline asking price of a young blue chip talent and a surplus of draft picks. The draft is June 23rd. I'm Xavier Spencer, and this is the True Sports Update on 1017 The Truth.
This is the Tory Lowe Show on 1017 The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
1-4. Say your name. Tory Lowe. Yeah. On the block by the courthouse. Phone ring, he already know. Mama crying in the hallway. Who gon' speak? She say, Tory Lowe. North side, south side, same pain, same tears on a different door. He the one they call when they can't breathe, when they can't take it anymore. Advocate, Tory Lowe. He gon' ride when it's time, let the city know. From the hood to the front row. If you hurt, say the word, he gon' stand 10 toes. Advocate, Tory Lowe. Every step, every march, you be in that snow. When it rain, when it cold, if you stuck in the dark, he gon' pull you home. Yeah, seen him out by the lakefront, bullhorn, voice cut through the breeze. Say your name on repeat. Got the babies marching in the streets. He don't talk like them suits talk. He talk like your cousin on the phone. Where you at? Drop the pin, I'm there. Never leave the people on their own. Advocate, Tory Lowe.
101. 7 The Truth, Tory Lowe. Tory Lowe Show Pop Culture Report brought to you by Tory Lowe and Andrew in studio. Andrew, I want to talk about this because I think this is a great moment in comedic history.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah, Cat Williams and Kevin Hart seems to have put all differences to the side. Kevin Hart and Cat Williams at the Kevin Hart's Netflix roast kind of seemed like they put everything, all of the bad energy is water under the bridge right now.
Well, at least one side did, Tory. It was Kevin Hart who came out and said, like, hey, let's try to squash this beef. Do you know how long this tension has been going, Tory?
I mean, I know it's been going on for years.
Decades. 2014 is when they say this beef began, and I'll be honest with you, it's pretty one-sided. Cat Williams throwing a lot of rocks at Kevin Hart this entire time.
Well, I'll say this. I listened to what Cat Williams had to say at the roast, and it was funny. It was funny. And, you know, when you do a roast, somebody wanted me to do a roast, you know, and when they asked me to do a roast, I didn't mind having a roast, but you got to have some thick skin to let people roast you. And, you know, it's no emotions in it. It's no emotions in the roast. Like, you just, and everything is there. Whatever the material is there. It's a little truth to everything. But like I said, this is a Hollywood thing. This is when they break you in, they you know, when they roast you. Tom Brady had a roast. You know, I think Snoop Dogg, the presidents do it. Obama,
Justin Bieber had one.
Justin Bieber, Trump.
Yeah.
They all have roasts.
Justin Bieber had a good one.
Yeah, so like I said, but to have this moment, Cat Williams and Kevin Hart, water under the bridge, this is a message to the community. You can squash the beef.
He held back though. You gotta admit. Watching that he was roasting them bad, but like he looked like he wanted to say way more. I don't know what Kevin did. I think he like stole some money back in the day. Took his role or so. It was some jobs or something like that. I don't know. He took some movies, and I don't know. Cat always calls him a coon, so I'm like, oh wow, okay, whatever. That's bogus, but it is what it is. I enjoyed it though. He had a good roast.
Well, I'll tell you this. And Nazir just joining us in studio. Salute.
Yeah.
We got Nazir Spencer in studio as well. He came. He had something. He was getting things done. Like, he a busy man, but he came through to stop.
Yeah, of course.
Stop by for the Pop Culture Report.
Of course.
But I'll say this. This is a message to the community.
Oh yeah.
That you ain't always got to hold no grudges against folks.
Stop letting people live rent free in your head.
Yeah, and so I think Cat Williams kind of accepted the olive branch.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I agree.
And I think that they get to move on. I wonder, do they start doing things together, or do they show up on Saturday Night Live together? Like, I mean,
I think Kevin wants to.
How do they move forward? I mean, Cat said okay. Like,
he's cool. He cool with it.
Yeah, he cool with it. Yeah.
I think it take a little bit of, you know, people got egos. I'm not saying they do. I don't know them like that, but if you're a celebrity like that, you both got, you know, you got big platforms. Some people got egos, and you know, it may take a little bit longer than we think for them to actually work together. But if they're smart, they will do that, and it will break the internet because it'd be so good.
And that's what I'm saying. Maybe a cop show with them two being the police officers.
I'm trying to say, look.
I mean, there's so many things that can happen between Cat and Kevin
I mean, it'd be real good.
mean, it'll just be blockbuster.
They need to
And
figure
if
something
Netflix is behind it,
out. Oh, man.
they ain't even really got to go to theaters.
Oh, Andrew said The Wiz. Let's remake The Wiz with Cat and Kevin. That's crazy. I don't think we need that. But
I don't know. It's got to be something like Rush Hour or something.
I don't know. He wouldn't do a Rush Hour.
Oh, I'm talking about like a cop, like where they, working together.
Something
Something like that.
like 21 Jump Street, the Black 21 Jump Street.
Yeah, like they undercover. It's got to be something like those movies can never miss.
Yeah.
Unless it's just bad script writing.
Right.
Short and shorter.
I mean, Scary Movie 6 is coming out soon. They got all the black stars on there. They need something like that. I don't know. Maybe they should just go on a movie like that. It'd be super fun. They can make the movie even more funny.
But this is a message to the community because a lot of y'all holding grudges against folks for years.
Yeah, y'all got to get over that.
And it got to feel good to let that weight off. You've been holding these grudges. You trying to tear somebody down, and really it's not working because no matter what he said about Kevin Hart was getting his money.
I mean, he was coming back no matter what.
I'm just saying.
You can't cancel him.
He said that in one of his jokes that he was a plant because every time he threw dirt on him, he kept sprouting up.
Yeah. You can't. It's impossible to cancel Kevin Hart. I mean, his name. I don't know if his name ended up in the Diddy files or whatever, but Cat brought that up too. And he even said, like, every time you bring it up, he get uncomfortable. So I thought that was funny. But look, man, I agree though. People got to stop holding grudges. This is a prime example of men being men. You just move on. You got to grow out of that.
Well, I'll say this. I'm looking forward if they ever do a project together.
Money.
I say they should start out like Saturday Night Live or maybe something soft, to try to,
to just
get the chemistry together or whatever because, that could be awesome for comedy.
Yeah. And they can like joke about their beef and stuff, like, take shots that they've never been able to take, but it's all love, So I think that's a good idea.
Well, some Josh in the chat says, I think Cat meant everything he said.
Oh, he did.
He was just hilarious. No, I believe he meant everything he said as well.
He was holding back. As soon as he started, I'm like, he holding back. He not even trying.
But the thing is, by Kevin saying, hey, look, let's squash this. Let's olive branch. Let's become brothers. Let's move on forward together. By them doing that opens up a lot of opportunity for material we wouldn't have never seen. Now, a lot of people say, what if Tupac and Biggie hadn't been in that East Coast West Coast beef?
I think
we probably would have got a lot more creative art between the two.
They would have squashed it down the line.
Right.
For sure. I think so, at least. I don't know. Maybe not. Like Jay-Z and Nas. They squashed it.
And we enjoy when they're on the tracks together.
Yeah, it's cool. I liked it. I liked it.
Yeah, I think they got a track called Republicans.
Oh, wow. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Do they?
I heard it. I mean, it was a while back.
Oh, okay.
That was before Obama, I think.
Oh, wow. I'll check it out, I guess.
But what I'm saying is these are the things that the culture would love to see. And it's a powerful thing for the black community because a lot of people, we thrive off beef and drama.
Yeah, we got to stop that.
And I think that this is like, hey, look, if they can be successful at squashing it, that should radiate through the community as well. Don't let that moment not radiate through the community.
Right, I agree.
Okay, so that even though it's a good thing for the comedic world, it's also a good thing for our community to see because he hated Kevin Hart.
Oh, I hated him.
Okay, so and I'm sure Kevin hated him too.
Yeah.
But for them to say, okay, we're gonna squash this beef and we're gonna continue to move forward as brothers. Don't let that go over your head. Don't let that kind of thing go over your head because these people really didn't like each other.
Yeah. Let's see how it play out. I'm excited.
All right. Well, what else we got going on? I guess we got to go to break.
I'll tell you after break.
Okay. When we come back, we got the pop culture report. We got Nazir, Spencer in studio, and Andrew in studio. Truth Nation, stay locked in.
You are listening to the Tory Lowe Show on 1017 The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
This is 1017 The Truth's Kyle Wallace, and I am Milwaukee. I take great pride in being a 414 boy and representing the city that I love. The great memories I have of going to Northtown Cinema to see movies with family and friends, to going to Capitol Court to see the Black Santa Claus, this city has helped shape me into the man that I am today, and I pledge to utilize my voice as a way to advocate for you in our community. Join the home of Milwaukee's realest conversations where you can speak your truth. We are the award-winning 1017 The Truth. Truth, Milwaukee Black Talk.
At UW Credit Union, we have best-in-class technology and peopleology. Like if you lose your card, you can stop by in-branch for a same-day replacement, or you can have a new one instantly issued to the app. So whether you prefer interacting with our snappy online interface or our in-person regular faces, UW Credit Union is always here for every you. And whichever you choose, it's the best of both worlds. Join today at uwcu.org. Federally insured by NCUA.
Life's better with Drive My Way from American Family Insurance, because we know it's more than just a car. It's your escape pod, your adventure mobile, your memory maker. And we help protect the dreams that drive you. Personalize what you pay for auto insurance and you could save between 10 and 35%. American Family Insurance. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Products, pricing, and availability vary based on the way you purchase insurance and by state. Unsafe driving behaviors may increase your rate. American Family Mutual Insurance Company, SI, and its operating companies, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
Hi, this is Sherwin Hughes from 1017 The Truth, and I want to talk to you about something bigger than just buying a house. I'm talking about building a legacy. Owning a home isn't just about four walls and a roof. It's about giving your kids a place where memories are made, where birthdays are celebrated, and where they always belong. It's about planting roots, knowing your neighbors, waving from the porch, and being a part of a community that feels like family. If you've been renting and wondering if home ownership is even possible, Axe Housing is here to work with you. An Axe Housing coach will help you create a plan, a budget, and move step by step toward owning a place you can truly call your own. They've already helped over 4,000 families become homeowners, and many are paying less than they were paying for rent. Don't let where you are today stop your families tomorrow. Start your journey at axehousing.org. That is ACTShousing.org. Your legacy begins at home.
This is the Tory Lowe Show on 1017 The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
Close. I never met a queen like you before.
Yeah, classy, real thick, brown skin, college educated, independent. Nope, and I don't need nobody help. I be on my grind, I can get it by myself. Hey, living life, yeah, I keep it classy. Confidence high, can't nobody pass me. Hey, rocking designer with the heels. When I walk by, giving everybody chills.
Oh, and you let me know that I never met a queen like you before. Yeah, and you let me know that I never met a queen like you before. And the way you move, yeah, you let me know. All the other girls, they was never close. I never met a queen like you.
I got a crush.
1017 The Truth, Tory Lowe Show. Joining me for the Pop Culture Report, Nazir Spencer in studio, and Andrew in studio for the Pop Culture Report.
Yes, sir.
What's going on, Nazir?
I got two things I'm going to get off my chest. Real quick, I'm going NBA route, okay? I got two things with the NBA, and then I want to get to Chris Brown, all right? The first one, Wemby. You saw the other day?
Yeah, he elbowed.
What's going on, man?
He threw the elbow.
No suspension, nothing, no type of,
no penalties.
No penalties
Just
whatsoever.
got kicked out the game.
Come on, man. If that was Draymond, out the rest of the series.
Well, Draymond had a dark history.
But
Draymond was already on the list. They was on the watch list.
If Ant did it, you don't think he would get a crazy punishment after that? It's the golden boy protection,
well,
man.
Ant kind of messed up his get out of jail free card with all of the drama surrounding him.
He ain't got no criminal record though.
No, I'm talking about NBA image.
Okay.
I'm not talking about just because this is the NBA, so the image count. So Wemby, this is his first time. This is first offense. Now, Anthony had a couple things going on. I believe that since this was his first, they weren't gonna be harsh on him. But if I believe if he do it again, that's when they're going, because they don't know if this was a one-off or that's who he was. Maybe this is something darker going on with Wemby. They don't know. This was one time. They need him for the ratings too. And I'll tell you this, right now the NBA right now is suffering because they're making a transition as who's the face of the NBA. And right now, Wemby is kind of clean cut enough to make a run for the face of the NBA. Something that Tim Duncan couldn't do.
You don't think that's a bad look for the NBA though? That they on live television, only game on, He elbowed one of the players. Kicked out the game. That's cool.
Right.
But no
they
penalty.
kicked him out.
Yeah, that's a penalty that you deserve.
I think they may. I think they may give him a fine or something.
He didn't. He said nothing. No fine.
Okay. Well,
nothing.
then they trying to save the brand. Then because
that's ridiculous.
Well, I'll say this from a business standpoint. Now I'm gonna tell you this. Last year's playoff, the ratings weren't up there like that.
Right.
Now what they looking for is OKC in San Antonio.
I know.
Okay.
Because
so
you already got Timberwolves and Thunder last year.
Okay. So what I'm saying is, at this point, you don't want to interrupt that by taking out Wemby because Wemby is like a monster on the court.
Well, yeah.
Okay, so I mean, I'm talking about stat-wise.
Right, yeah.
Defense, offense.
He's ridiculous, yeah.
Okay, so you don't want to mess up the viewership and the business that's coming in and the revenue by just dogging him out on his first time.
But you don't think that's a bad look for the league? Like, I know you said money-wise, it's a great decision to not penalize him.
I think he should have been suspended.
That's what I'm saying.
Okay.
For the brand image of the NBA.
Yeah, I think,
Andrew's
I'm talking about in real life. Like, he looked him in the eye and gave him the
come on, man.
Gave him that big old 7-foot elbow in his face.
Nah, that's crazy.
Okay.
What happened? Everybody was like, we want physicality. We want to bring back
that ain't
80s
physicality.
basketball.
Come on, man. Don't do that. That's not physicality. That's just violence.
Y'all
That's the
wanted
difference.
this. Is what you get.
No. That you know the difference between physicality and violence. That was violence. He purposely swung his elbow back because Naz Reid was reaching for the ball. That's ridiculous.
God forbid a man goes, studies with the monks, comes back with a little kung fu.
Physicality is in the paint trying to play defense.
I think Wemby had this one time.
Whatever.
I mean,
that's crazy.
You got to realize he been in the league 2 years now.
Yeah, three years now. Third year.
This is third year.
Yes.
Okay. What I'm saying is he never gave the league no issues.
I guess.
Now, you talking about a league that got some high-profile issues going on.
That's what I'm saying.
And they running out of
Set an example.
Who the face of the league right now?
It's either him or Ant.
No, it's not. Ant is not. They tried to make Ant the face, but he had a lot of
publicity
off the field issues. He's still getting endorsements.
That's what I'm saying. Like
he's not the face of the NBA. Right now, it's Wemby.
I think Ant and Wemby are the young faces of the league. It's still the faces of the league is still LeBron, Steph, and KD.
You don't think it's Shea?
Right. No,
Shea, if he does well this year,
but people don't like
he'll
Shea
be in the conversation
because of free throws. That's it.
Okay, but what I'm saying is, he's the one that's winning, and usually to the victor go the spoils. Okay, right. All I'm saying is when you talk about the new faces in the league, it ain't Zion.
Nah, I wish.
It ain't Ja.
No,
it ain't. I'm talking about, but
yeah.
So Wemby's the cleanest one out of the young generation. That's balling. That's really putting up some stats.
Shea's, if that's the case, then Shea's the face of the league because he's winning.
Shea should be the face of the league because he won a title.
And he's going to win an MVP again this year. But that look, I just wanted to touch on that because Wemby, that whole situation just made me mad. But another thing with the NBA, real quick, the Bucks, man, they looking to. Before the draft, is speculating again. Shams reported yesterday.
Here we go. They hate Sean.
Man.
Giannis hates Sean because he always coming out with some information
that he don't want nobody to know.
Right. Or is he making it? I don't know.
I don't think he's reporting false information. I'm not going to go that far because that would.
Somebody telling him something.
Somebody. It has to be. It's impossible for him. He has sources. Mm-hmm. He has some. I probably walked past some sources in the Pfizer that we don't even know about. Think about that.
You went to talk to the coach.
Yeah, so I met.
They had you in the meeting with the coach, the new coach.
Yeah,
and they asked him about Giannis.
Yeah, he wants Giannis on the team. This coach is he's a very good young developing coach. Like he can develop young players very well. Having Giannis on the team while he's also developing them while winning, which he's capable of doing as a coach. I mean, Giannis has all those pieces right now, right in front of him. They can go out and get a good draft prospect. We only got pick 10, which sucks, but we can do a lot.
You can get somebody at 10.
You can get somebody, but it ain't the track record's the fast few years.
After the first 5, it's a huge drop off.
It get dicey.
But what I'm saying, it is somebody at least at 10.
Right. Yeah.
You telling me you can't find one?
You can find somebody.
You can find somebody.
You got to be smart about it. But that's the issue with the Bucks. They're never smart in the draft. So that's what we got. That's another thing Giannis probably takes and looks at because we don't use our rookies. If we get number 10, right?
And we haven't done well by the rookies in a while.
I think this is what we should do. There's one player that I think that we might be able to get. There's two actually. There's one from Tennessee, and then there's Yax from Michigan. The one they just won the national championship.
Mm-hmm.
Their best player, Yax, he might fall that far, which I think he is because the top 5 players are pretty much set.
Right.
I think if we can get Yax right there at 10, I mean that'd be tough because he's a great player, real great. But look. Giannis might be leaving. That's all I wanted to say to you real quick.
Well, we've been saying Giannis gonna be leaving for the last season. This whole last season. I felt that he was out once all of the controversy started. In Wisconsin sports, when our superstars leave, we make them a diva. That last year they here, they become divas and always some in the media.
Yeah.
And then next thing you know they gone. And has nobody ever left like, oh, I'm out of here, you know?
That's what I'm saying.
No, we always gotta,
blame them. Yeah,
we gotta make them into a diva, and then send them packing.
I'm scared, man. I actually feel like he might be leaving this time, but we'll see. Real quick, Chris Brown's album came out last Friday. There's some mixed reviews on it.
Well, I seen a video of him, Tank, and Usher like using a Sinners theme.
Yeah, that was a great video. That was a good song.
You like that? I thought it was mid.
You ain't like it?
I thought it was mid.
I thought it was cool. It was different.
It was good to see all of the R&B stars. Yeah. Are they gonna all be on the tour? Is Tank gonna be on this tour?
He should be.
Like, is this gonna be like the comeback for R&B?
I hope so.
This tour, this Usher.
Because people ain't happy about that album. A lot of people ain't happy about it.
I didn't like it.
I like the album. It just wasn't his best. I think he has way better.
This seemed like some leftover, some stuff that he had in the.
I think he could have did a little bit.
He had these in the archives. I know these are songs that didn't make the cut.
Yeah.
And then he added like the song with Tank and Usher and all that to kind of.
See, I don't think he needed 27 songs. I think he needed like a quick 14. In the middle of the album is where it was perfection for me. Like there was 11 through like. If you go on the album, 11 through like 19, perfect songs. Like all Chris Brown, just pure classic hits. He added all these extra songs that didn't need to be there. So I think that's probably what people talking about. But I like the album. I give it maybe.
Well, he's about to go on
10.
tour, so the album gonna sell while he's on tour.
That's what I'm saying. People always do this. They say they don't like it, but it'll go great.
Well, I'll say this.
Album hit $1 billion.
All I know is the women getting ready.
Oh man.
But it's R&B tour, man. So if you look, you better put a ring on it.
Ooh, man, hey,
because it might not come back.
Yeah, come back. They're gonna sell that thing. Get to that concert, boy.
As the Beyonce say, if you like it, better put a ring on it.
Yeah, you better.
Because once they go out to that R&B tour,
they're taking that ring off. Hey, be on the game on that. Don't even go on your phone, man. That's all I got.
All right, Nazir, I appreciate you for coming through.
Yeah, see you tomorrow.
All right, Andrew. All right, look, when we come back, Truth Nation, we'll have more conversations. Stay locked in right here on Tory Lowe.
More of the Tory Lowe Show is next on 1017 The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
Tune into the award-winning 1017 The Truth's Community Spotlight this Wednesday at 3:57 p.m. between the Tory Lowe Show and Truth in the Afternoon with Dr. Ken Harris. We'll be speaking with Nicole Lorino, the 2026 chair for March for Babies. She will discuss how March for Babies brings families and caregivers together to support healthier moms, stronger babies, and life-saving NICU care through the March of Dimes. Again, that is the Community Spotlight this Wednesday with the March of Dimes at 3:57 p.m. right here on the award-winning 1017 The Truth.
I travel all around the world, Dr. Ken, and when I tell you, based on my experiences, this is like the #1 country that cares. Like everything is about money. Yep. Everything.
This is The Truth Unfiltered with Denise Thomas and Dr. Ken Harris.
I've told people in the past, you have to be careful of what you complain about and what you use as a tool because other people will take it and use it in the wrong way.
Sundays starting at 7 on 620 WTMJ and Mondays at 6 on 1017 The Truth.
Teachers are dynamic leaders, shaping a new generation. They bring a variety of perspectives from diverse backgrounds, innovating how they teach to prepare students for our fast-changing world. Achieving this takes skill and expertise. They're tireless explorers, creatively discovering a universe of solutions, telling stories, experimenting, inspiring, mentoring, connecting cultures, and connecting with each other. Leading by example. Experience the unique joy of helping students thrive. Teaching is a journey that shapes lives. Are you ready to begin? Explore teaching at teach.org, a campaign supported by the U.S. Department of Education, Teach.org, and 1 million teachers of color.
I take care of the kids, and I take care of my dad. I take care of things at work, the groceries, the cleanups, the meltdowns, the doctor's visits, the family events, mealtimes, bedtimes. I take care of all the things everyone else needs. But I haven't made time to take care of what I need.
Family caregivers are often overloaded. It can feel overwhelming and exhausting. It's no surprise that millions of caregivers experience symptoms of anxiety and depression every year. But help is available, because there may only be one you, but you don't have to do it alone. Head to mentalhealthcareworks.org. That's mentalhealthcareworks.org to learn how to get the support you deserve, because mental health care works when you make the call. If you're experiencing a mental health crisis or thoughts of suicide, dial 988, a message from the American Psychiatric Association Foundation.
Listen to the home of the 5K Gruber Cash Giveaway. 1017 FM, 1510 AM, WGKB Waukesha, and W269DL Milwaukee, a locally owned Good Karma brand station. This is the Tory Lowe Show on 1017 The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
Justice, Wisconsin, the truth. The most requested advocate in the state. 101.7 FM. The movement continues. Yeah. Milwaukee, stand up. It's Tory Lowe, the truth. From 1 to 4, we about that action, so tap in and let's go. We want that justice. We want all the smoke. From Monday through Friday, trying to bring the city hope. Yeah. Tory Lowe from 1 to 4, Monday through Friday, let's go. We bout that action from the block, and we ready, let's go. Tap in, and it ain't no holding back. We ready.
1017 The Truth. Tory Lowe. Tory Lowe Show live from American Family Insurance Studio at the Avenue. The movement continues. The marathon continues right here on 1017 The Truth. Thank you for joining me for the second hour of the Tory Lowe Show. And when I started the show after we did the prayer, the Monday prayer on the Tuesday, I started noticing a lot of people in the chat was worried about the future of the Tory Lowe Show and what's happening with the new merger and things like that. And you know, people hit me up in the talk to text. You know, they saying, hey, look, you know, they don't know if they didn't know if I was coming back, and I was under the weather on Monday. I can't even, you know, try to recover. I was extremely sick. I didn't know if I was gonna make it today, but you know, somebody had me in their prayers. Because I wasn't feeling too good.
What'd you eat?
I don't know. It's like a couple things. Like, I mean, it was a bunch of things that was on the plate. But I'll say this. Thank God, because I feel way better now.
Hey, there you go.
I feel way better, Andrew. But what I'm saying is, while I was gone, Andrew, obviously there were some words that were put out here, and because I didn't put them out here, but they're saying that Tory Lowe, am I going to be still doing the Tory Lowe Show? And it's a lot of people that hit me up, even on my phone. You know, I'm wondering what happened, Andrew. I can't recover. I can't recover for a day, man. What happened?
Can't even drink your orange juice.
Wow. But I'm looking at my, you know, even my own brother, my Wiggles.
No.
Yes. He said, "What happened? You done with the show? You wasn't on yesterday."
You have a little bit of bad chicken.
That's
now
what
happened.
well, all I'm saying is, okay, well, I guess it's out there in the universe that we're switching over, you know, to another company. Civic Media, the Black Media Trust, you know, all of this. There's a lot of talk. Even within the truth, I heard, you know, people talking, you know. Some people, you know, it may be a good fit for them, you know. And for me, I like to be able to talk about it from my own point of view. And I've always been like that. Like, even when I was before the truth, I was on social media, just making sure that we was handling issues. I mean, I got like 80,000 followers on my Facebook at this point, just from doing community advocacy.
You know how we could have avoided this whole thing?
How could we avoid this whole thing?
Put the fork down.
Put the fork down. Yeah, people need to put the fork down as well. Health is wealth. But at the same time, all I'm saying is at the end of the day, whatever happens as we move forward, I'm going to make sure that I continue to do what I've been doing. And all I've ever done is try to assist my community, whether it's radio, whether it's social media, whether it's through advocacy, whether it's through lawsuits. That don't stop. And I'm just proud of everybody on 101.7 The Truth, all of my teammates. They've been amazing. Y'all think that people disagree and they got to hate each other. It's a lot of viewpoints on this station that I don't agree with. And I probably never will agree with it. But at the same time, we love each other and we like family. And some of y'all don't have the understanding that it's okay to disagree. You don't even disagree with the person you're in a relationship all the time. But you don't have to be enemies because you don't agree. You don't have to dislike somebody because y'all don't agree. If that's the case, some of y'all wouldn't even be in a relationship. Some of y'all struggle, in relationships because, you don't agree with people all the time. But that comes with life. But at the end of the day, when it comes to motion and getting things done, we've been some of the best at doing that. And that's where you got to make sure that no matter how you feel emotionally, that you can get things done. I told y'all, don't let the Cat Williams and Kevin Hart thing go over y'all head. Y'all don't let that moment go over y'all head and say, okay, this is just for Netflix. I'm going to tell you right now, Cat Williams did not like Kevin Hart at all. But he showed up to his roast. And I believe everything he said, he meant everything he said. But at the end of the day, we are family. And do family always agree? No, they don't. No, they don't. But do we always have to take up for each other and fight? Yes, we do. Do family always do that? No, it don't. But the cool part about it is I got some amazing teammates that I've gotten to know. And whether it's the last time whenever the transition go over, whatever, however it worked, I just want to be able to do what I've been doing. And nobody can control that but Tory Lowe. Understand what I'm saying? Can't nobody make me do nothing, Not even since I've been on The Truth. They gave us the space and the freedom to be able to talk about any topic, the things that we want to bring to the audience. I never read a script. I never had a script placed in my hand to say this or you can't work here or nothing like that. Never, not one time. And I'm not going to start that. I'm not going to do that. That ain't how I get down. And it ain't going to never happen. I can tell you right now, anybody ever listen to the Tory Lowe show, it's because whatever I said on this show is because I believed it. And I meant it. And I never took words. I never backtrack on nothing. Why? Because I said what I was dealing with, and I told y'all in real time. And if that can't happen moving forward, then I just ain't gonna do that. Period. I don't care who it is. I don't care what it is. And that's what made The Truth powerful. That's what made 101.7 The Truth one of the fastest rising black talk stations in the country. Because we was able to break outside that box that was called black media that would put us in a box and shape our narratives for us. And for so long, our narratives was shaped as black people. It was already prepackaged. They gave it to us, and then they made a lot of bots. A lot of people became bots because of it. A lot of people bought it out because y'all think that this organic messaging that's coming into the community when it's not. It was always controlled by the establishment. It was always controlled by people who had a broader idea. They wanted your votes, but they didn't want to get the potholes up off the ground. So that's the kind of, but when The Truth came, it was not in a box. We were able to express ourselves and give our opinions, our real opinions. So, like I said, that's how I'm going to keep moving. And I never was in it. I never took one penny from the community in 17 years. A lot of people say, hey, Tory, don't say that. No, that's what happened. So do you think it's no amount of money going to make me change for nobody, for nothing? If we can't get it in a space where we can make our own decisions and shape the future, then don't give it to me. And that's all I got to say about that. That's all I got to say about that. And salute to everybody that kind of, let me know that, whatever messaging was out there, salute for just, I didn't know. I was down. I was trying to recover. So when any messaging is out there, thank y'all for letting me know what the messaging is. But y'all gonna hear from me before y'all hear from anybody else. I'll tell y'all. You know what I mean? I'll tell y'all. Like I said, I'm not going nowhere if I gotta wear a muzzle. So that'll let you know if I don't continue for Tory Lowe for 1 to 4, then you know why. I'm not doing that. What they say, don't muzzle the ox that treadeth out the corn. That's what ain't that a scripture? Okay, well, sometimes the black media be muzzled. And I'm not doing that. And I'll say this. Before I got on the air, on the radio, I had my social media was stronger than any black media outlet in the city. Before I even got on the radio, my social medias, I was going viral dealing with the community. I done did it so many times, I don't even think about it no more. I know I can make a post to alert my community on whatever's going on just off my social media. So at the end of the day, no matter what take place, we ain't losing a step. We'll never lose a step. And I appreciate all of the people that have been along the journey, the movement, and the mission, and you have been a blessing. All of those call to actions have been amazing. I appreciate everybody that heard a call to action on the radio and they got active. Everything we've ever done on the air was to serve the community. And that was the best thing that could have happened in the city of Milwaukee. And if it continues to happen, that's great. If it continues to happen, that's great. But if it don't, on the air, it'll continue to happen. Regardless, like I'll just see y'all. I'm gonna just see y'all. I see y'all now. I see people now. I ain't never stopped dealing with the streets since I've been on the air, so I don't know the difference. Hey, I'm supposed to got on the air and got all uppity, got bougie. I was supposed to be bougie on the air. You know what I mean? But no, we still got the hoodies on, and we still got the jogging pants on. We still rolling up the sleeves. A lot of people say, man, if I was Tory Lowe, I'd be up here wearing a suit every day. Occasionally I try to get a suit on, but you can't wear a suit and get dirty at the same time. So I thank you. Yeah, well, and then I leave the suits up to my attorney. If you want to see a suit, check out my attorney B. Ivy Lamar. He might wear a suit, to represent me. But like I said, at the end of the day, the movement continues. It never stops until maybe one day I may leave this earth. Maybe it'll stop then. But look, when we come back, Truth Nation, I got some stories I want to get into. And we're going to open up the lines. Stay locked in right here on Tory Lowe.
You are listening to The Tory Lowe Show on 1017 The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com. Milwaukee Black Talk.
You don't want to be there. You don't like the work. You don't like the people. Now, there are some differences. The only difference is modern American slavery and capitalism versus 19th century. We were dramatically more primitive back then. And a slave that is able to buy their freedom is the same as the disaffected, disgruntled worker that is able to buy their way into entrepreneurship, because that for them is freedom.
Listen to The Truth with Sherwin Hughes, weekdays from 9 a.m. to 12 p.m.
Hi, this is Sherwin Hughes from 1017 The Truth, and I want to talk to you about something bigger than just buying a house. I'm talking about building a legacy. Owning a home isn't just about four walls and a roof. It's about giving your kids a place where memories are made, where birthdays are celebrated, and where they always belong. It's about planting roots, knowing your neighbors, waving from the porch, and being a part of a community that feels like family. If you've been renting and wondering if home ownership is even possible, Axe Housing is here to work with you. An Axe Housing coach will help you create a plan, a budget, and move step by step toward owning a place you can truly call your own. They've already helped over 4,000 families become homeowners, and many are paying less than they were paying for rent. Don't let where you are today stop your families tomorrow. Start your journey at axehousing.org. That is ACTShousing.org. Your legacy begins at home.
June 2022, Southeast Wisconsin. A distracted driver killed 3 people, and in that single moment, it affected many more. The grandmother.
And my heart sank. Their lives are forever lost.
Pastor.
That was the most difficult day of my entire ministry.
Sister.
I lost my best friend.
Distracted driving affects everyone. Buckle up, phone down. Brought to you by the Wisconsin Department of Transportation.
Our children deserve a real chance to make it in life, and a good education is a passport to opportunity. At City Ford Collective, we're working to make sure there's a great Milwaukee school for every Milwaukee family, because more good options lead to better outcomes. And who doesn't want that? Together, we can give every child the foundation they need to thrive, and a stronger future for kids means a stronger future for Milwaukee. To learn more about our mission, visit us at cityfordcollective.org. That's cityfordcollective.org.
The Crew take on the Dodgers Friday, May 22nd through Sunday, the 24th. Join Boy Band Night on Friday, the 22nd, presented by Wintrust. Grab a theme night ticket for a Brew Crew Boys t-shirt and stay for post-game fireworks presented by T-Mobile. Then on Saturday, the first 25,000 fans collect a patriotic Brewers hat. Close it out with Family Sunday fun as the first 5,000 kids 14 and under get a Brewers pennant on the 24th, courtesy of Joy. Grab your seats at brewers.com.
This is the Tory Lowe Show on 1017 The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
The people's champ. Yeah, yeah. Who the people's champ? Tory Lowe. When it all goes wrong, where the people go? Tory Lowe. Who was speaking up for those people in the ghetto? Tory Lowe. Who was out in Kenosha on the front line in the snow? Tory Lowe. Who out here righting the wrongs and shining light on these folks? Tory Lowe. Who the biggest advocate that Milwaukee has ever known? Tory Lowe. Who out here finding these babies and bringing them back home? Tory Lowe. If you don't know, then you know. Who gonna be right there with you in that hospital when you shot up? Tory Lowe. Who gon' find a child molester that touched your daughter? Tory Lowe. Who gon' help you out when that landlord put you out of that apartment? Tory Lowe. When your son need a transplant, who gon' find that
1017 The Truth. Tory Lowe Show. I want to talk about this situation with the public safety officer. 2 days ago, his family reached out, a family member, Danila, reached out, and basically what she was saying was, my family unfortunately lost a member of our family yesterday due to gun violence. His name is Dennis Johnson. He was a PSO at the Milwaukee County Sheriff's Office, God-fearing, hardworking, family-oriented individual. We are planning a gathering. They were planning a gathering 2 days ago at 7:30 p.m., a balloon release at the location of the incident. She also goes on to say, we hope that we can connect with the pastors. They were looking for a pastor for the prayer, and they were looking for community advocates to come out. They said that at the time, they didn't have any details on what happened, but it appears that it could have been due to road rage. This is what the family members had wrote me. And she goes on to say, his car was shot multiple times with minor children in the car. By the grace of God, they were fine. My family wants this story out to the public as much as possible in hopes that we can get more information and find the person or people responsible. And they finally have some people in custody. At least from the story I seen yesterday. If you're watching this, we broadcast live. We got some video on this. They're saying that 2 people were arrested. Let's listen.
Reaching the inside of the Milwaukee County Courthouse as public safety officers mourn one of their own.
Why? Why would somebody do it?
Police say Friday evening, just after 5, 56-year-old Dennis Johnson was fatally shot in broad daylight near Tertullian Chambers. He was an employee of the Milwaukee County Sheriff's Office, but to this group, he was more than just a co-worker.
I worked with him so well that I called him my uncle. He wasn't my real uncle, but I called him Uncle Dennis.
Dennis was like an uncle to me. He just had that bond and that connection with him. No matter what type of day you was having, he would just make you smile and laugh.
Police say someone fired shots into Johnson's vehicle, his family telling Fox 6 he had just gotten off work. Chloe Cox-Jones said she last saw him Thursday.
And he said, "Have a good weekend." I said, "You too." And I didn't think that would be the last time I would hear him say that to me.
Milwaukee police say 2 suspects, a 25-year-old woman and a 29-year-old man, have been arrested.
I just want to know why. Like, why Dennis? Why? He didn't deserve this. Like, tell us. Give us some answers so the family can have some closure and so can his co-workers.
As loved ones remember him as a hard-working family man, his colleagues are rallying together too.
One of our co-workers did a prayer this morning and it just still doesn't seem right. I'm just waiting for him to walk through the door and say, "Hey y'all, it's a joke, I'm here."
Wow. Now I'll say this, when it comes to the citizens that are out here doing being productive and they lose their life, it hurts families. This is a man that loved his family. This was a man that was being a productive citizen. And I'll tell you this, he was out here, he was a public safety officer, working in public safety. I'm happy that somebody is going to be held accountable for this. But I'll say this, we're going into the heart, in the beginning of the summers, kids are getting out of school. And salute to all of the kids that are graduating right now. Salute. I wish you nothing but the greatest road ahead. A lot of these kids are transitioning from school to their vacation time. They about to let school out in a week or two. And I'll say this, going into this summer, this is why I tried to say we got to make sure that we have these programs ready for these kids. We got to be abreast on what the job opportunities are for the young people. We got to be ahead of the curve. We got to, when they leave out of school, we got to have a plan for them this summer. We can't just be winging it and allowing them to just be out here, out of school, willy-nilly, on the internet. You got to come up with a plan for your kids right now. What are you finna do? What are you finna do with these kids? They finna all come out here. And I'll tell you this, if you want to avoid a lot of the drama that's going to happen out here, because good citizens are being struck down as well. So what you want to do is make sure you prepare and have a pre-planned idea set in place. Because when I see situations, this is a public safety officer that lost his life in our community, not somebody that was out here gang banging and causing trouble and acting crazy. If regular citizens are losing their lives, and many times when you look at this and you say, wow, like, okay, first of all, you want justice, you want somebody to be held accountable. But then when you look at the climate of the city and going into these kids getting out of school and going into the summertime, you gotta start planning ahead now, and being extra cautious how you move, or whatever, all these elements, all these different things that are going on. You can still become a victim to some of it, but if you got a plan and you moving accordingly, you will eliminate a lot of the extra as you move forward. And I say this, I've been telling my son and my daughter, I've been telling them, hey, look, what is going on with you? What do you want to do? I even developed a plan. I got a plan that I'm gonna be dealing with them early in the morning, every day, just kind of getting them in a space where, like, I'm dealing with them on a consistent basis, because they're going to be out of school. So yeah, some of y'all may not get no service before 1 o'clock, before 2 p.m. Y'all may not be able to get no, after 4 p.m., y'all may not get no service. Because it's time to really dedicate to these young people. Now, I had another friend that died due to road rage. Hollywood, we called him Hollywood. And, he was doing tri-radio. A lot of y'all know Hollywood. He was doing tri-radio, and he stopped and beat at some young people, and they killed him while his kids was around. So it's just one of those things where you don't think that somebody crazy enough to do something, and you yell out the window, "Hey, y'all, what y'all doing?" They say, they pull out a pistol. Or you know how when we was kids, we would be playing in the street, and the grown-ups would drive by and be like, "Hey, what y'all doing? Get y'all little butts up out the street." And we would listen. We'd be like, "Yeah, we'll get out the streets for a second. We'll listen to it for at least a moment." Now you can't, it's at the point where who is you? Who you talking to? I remember I was behind somebody, and I didn't even want to tell this story. This was when I first got back home around 2011, the summer of 2011. I was behind some people, and you know how you driving through these streets and somebody talking to somebody, so they got the car parked in the middle of the street, and so you waiting for a little bit. They talk to somebody, maybe they get a little conversation in, and next thing you know, they was taking like 10 minutes. I'm sitting there like for like forever. I'm like, and I beeped the horn, and while he pulled out a semi-automatic, he looked back and pulled out a gun, like a semi-automatic. I said, "Oh, here we go." And then he didn't do nothing. He just kind of pulled it out, showed that he had a gun. Like, "Who was you?" Like, and this is when I first got back home. That was crazy. And I'm sitting in the car like, what? So I just bagged up. I hit reverse and just did a wide turn and went to, I'm not finna deal with that. Like, I didn't know it was like that. But no, I'm a veteran now, I'm a vet now. I understand it. But, when I first came home, I didn't know it was that serious. But it's been like that for a long time, and you can't tell some of these young people nothing. So all I'm saying is, if you got a young person in your family and they out of school, and, don't let an idle mind. They say the idle mind is a devil's playhouse. So get them involved in something. Find some programs. Try to find a job for them to do. Try to find something. Give them some responsibility so they can have something to do and look forward to this summer. Hey, look, when we come back, Truth Nation, I want to talk about this story from Mayfair. They said a Mayfair Mall security officer injured after being accidentally pepper sprayed. They pepper sprayed the security guard at Mayfair. We're going to talk about it when we get back. Truth Nation. Stay locked in right here on Tory Lowe.
Don't touch that dial. The Tory Lowe Show will be right back on 1017 The Truth, The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
Life's better with American Family Insurance because we know you love working weekends. If it means working on your dream home, both inside and out. And we're here to help protect those dreams so you can enjoy peace of mind. Save up to 40% when you bundle home and auto. American Family Insurance. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Products, pricing, and availability vary based on the way you purchase insurance and by state. Some exclusions apply. American Family Mutual Insurance Company, SI, and its operating companies, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
When you work smart, incredible things can happen. By joining Smart 18, the union for Wisconsin sheet metal workers, you'll open the door to a brighter future. You'll learn and earn more. Enjoy awesome benefits across the board. Build a great career and feel empowered and supported every step of the way. The smartest career decision you'll ever make starts with Smart 18. Find out more today at smart18info.com.
Do you hear that? And that? And that? Those are the sounds of a healthy and vibrant community. And to this United Way volunteer, nothing sounds better. They're the sounds of children being given greater chances to succeed in school. The sounds of neighbors receiving the support needed to overcome challenges, both big and small. They're the sounds of families gaining access to quality health care and nutritious food for their tables. And they're the sounds of members of our community who've benefited from United Way's financial education programs. See, wherever there's a need in our communities, there's a United Way. People working together to respond and growing the good for everyone. United is the way. So join us by getting involved or giving back. Learn more at unitedway.org.
People don't realize that glaucoma is one of the leading causes of blindness.
Because there are often no early symptoms, nearly half of those with glaucoma may not even know they have it until vision loss has occurred.
I was diagnosed with normal tension glaucoma in July of 2020. And what we found out at that point was I had already lost 40% of my sight. And you think it only affects people that are, 75 or older, retired, grandparents, and that's not the reality of it.
I didn't think at all glaucoma was going to affect me because I didn't know of anyone that had glaucoma, no one in my family. When you have glaucoma, you can't get back that sight that you lost. And so early detection and treatment is vitally, vitally important.
Don't miss life's most beautiful moments. Schedule an eye exam today.
National Glaucoma Research, a bright, focused foundation program, offers free resources and tips for healthy vision.
Learn how to protect your sight at stopglaucoma.org.
The sports update on 101.7 The Truth is powered by ESPN Milwaukee. I'm Xavier Spencer. The Milwaukee Brewers are back today after a wild Mother's Day weekend, especially for Bryce Terang. Yankees superstar Aaron Judge says Terang is doing it all right.
I didn't know much about him. I played him a couple times with Milwaukee, but after getting a chance to see him up close, be around him in the clubhouse, man, he's one of my favorite players and favorite players to watch in the game right now. He's impressive to watch, man. He's going to be a bright young star in this game for a long time.
Brewers are back at it tonight against the San Diego Padres. First pitch is at 6:40. All eyes are on the Milwaukee Bucks as there are reports of the team being open for business for a Giannis trade once again. And ownership and front office officials expect to maintain their trade deadline asking price of a young blue chip talent and a surplus of draft picks. The draft is June 23rd. I'm Xavier Spencer, and this is the True Sports Update on 101.7 The Truth.
This is the Tory Lowe Show on 101.7 The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
Yeah, I was gone, call my phone, baby, and I can see the future where you gon' take me. My 30 got a clip and it's elongated. Riding with the hood like I'm Tom Brady. I know I'm going crazy, I'm a mental patient. She give me love, now my mind elevated. I rise up from the dead on the Undertaker. They want the smoke, yeah, we ready, baby. Late nights, I was stuck in my thoughts, trying to fight all the battles I fought. Cold world, had to learn how to boss. Took some losses, now I'm counting the cost. I was down, now I'm back on my feet. Turn the pain into something elite. Every move, yeah, it come with a fee. Now they watch every step that I be. Watch.
101.7 The Truth. Tory Lowe Show. We got to head over to Mayfair, where a security officer was injured after being accidentally pepper sprayed. If you're watching as we broadcast live, we got some video on this. Let's listen.
New this morning, a mall security officer is recovering after accidentally getting hurt by one of their own colleagues. This happened at Mayfair Mall Saturday afternoon. While Wauwatosa police say security were trying to separate two people fighting inside and attempted pepper spraying one of them. But instead, the officer accidentally pepper sprayed several other security officers. One of the officers had to be taken to a hospital. Police say they arrested the two people fighting in the parking lot and gave them citations for disorderly conduct.
All right, it sounds like the officer was nervous. How do you spray your own the help? How do you spray your own buddies? That's like Bernie Fife. That's I don't think Bernie Fife would have ever did this.
No, Barney never shot Andy.
Yeah, no, Bernie Fife wouldn't even did nothing like this. Okay, so all right, I was finna say something. Okay, well, I'll say this. So when the drummer come, you get nervous? So while you walking around the mall all tough with your badge on,
bullying the teenagers,
hassling the teenagers and stuff like that. You ain't supposed to be here. You ain't with no parent. All of a sudden, something real go down and you spraying your own buddies. What is that? What do you call that? What about all the training? The evasive training. Well, you don't get a training to be ain't no training in the mall security officer.
How much training do you think that is?
I mean, it got to be some training.
It's like a weekend, I imagine.
Okay, well, what you think? It ain't even physical training. They just verbal training. You got a videotape. They stick the videotape in, you just watch.
Yeah, walk around menacing, and if you see a fight, break it up, and try not to pepper spray nobody.
Wow. That's terrible.
Ain't no way it's more than that.
That's terrible. I mean, it's got to be some training. They walking around with what? What do you think they got? Mall security guys, pepper spray
and a flashlight.
And you can't even use the pepper spray and the flashlight right. Wow. What? I mean, okay. You know what? I'm gonna give him a break. I'm going to give him a break. I'm going to keep it moving. I'm going to keep it pushing. We going to go into something more serious.
They're going to get an Auntie Anne's pretzel. That's it.
I'm just saying, like, I mean, you walking around the mall all day with the pepper spray, with the flashlight. Soon as something gets serious, you spray your buddy? You spray to help? Did you even spray the people that was causing the problem?
The most serious thing is the old people trying to get in early to do the mall walking, Tory. Come on.
Wow.
Let's be real.
That's terrible. You gotta have zero skill to be a mall security guard. What was that movie? The guy that made Mall Cop?
Paul Blart, Mall Cop.
Yeah, is that what they doing?
I've seen more of them than looking like G.I. Joe.
Motor Elephant says, "Come on, Tory. If the cops can easily shoot someone, what makes you security officers can do better?" No, I'm just saying, like, all you got to do is aim and squirt. Like, you know, I mean, when he closed his eyes and thought he was going to get hit in the face or something. You got to totally, like, just, how do you miss spraying somebody with mace?
You got to hang the cleats up.
Okay, yeah, you definitely not the right career choice. Well, we're going to keep it moving. We going to keep it moving. Well, this is what Minister Kevin was talking about when he came on. Minister Kevin was talking about the parents who were charged with neglect after the child found dead gave the child Fireball whiskey. Gave the child Fireball whiskey. Now, this is where I say, sometimes people be thinking, okay, I'm gonna do this. You know it's wrong, but I'm gonna give him a little sip, or something like that. Like, but you ain't supposed to be doing it in the first place. Right there, that's the beginning of a disaster. Right? You ain't supposed to be doing it. But you be like, you know what? I'm going to do it a little bit. You know what I mean? Some of y'all, that's how some of y'all had them kids. That's how some of y'all, we ain't going to talk. This ain't what we talking about right now. But it's a baby. This is a child. And you got Fireball whiskey. And you about to get it. Right there is the beginning of no return. I know some kids that said that when they was coming up, that their parents would get them some liquor because they tried to go in the liquor cabinet. And they would say, okay, you want to be grown and all. No. Like, this is Fireball. This stuff burns. Andrew can't even take a shot of Fireball whiskey.
I'm not going to let you besmirch my good name.
Okay. I guess you can handle it. I'm just saying. This is not a light shot.
This is not a fun shot, no.
Yeah, this is not the lightest shot you could get.
St. Malibu, yeah.
We got some video on this if you watch this, we broadcast live. Let's listen.
His dad, the parents now charged, accused of giving the child whiskey to knock them out. Crews responded to a home near 63rd and Carmen in Milwaukee February 22nd. When they got there, the child was not breathing. Tonight, the child's parents, Kevin McCall and Christina Davis, are charged with chronic neglect. In the criminal complaint, prosecutors say Davis wanted to make the child pass out with medicine in their bottle, and a witness identified that so-called medicine as Fireball whiskey. The complaint says McCall admitted to leaving the baby and a 6-year-old sibling home alone at least 25 times in a 6 to 7 month period.
What?
Both parents are in the Milwaukee County Jail tonight on $10,000 bond each.
I mean, this just, when you talk about irresponsible, like, all right, I'll say this, sometimes people need to ask for help. Sometimes people need to ask for help, and maybe it may not come from nobody in your family. Maybe you need to ask for help out of neutral space. You got to seek help when you having difficulty with the kids. Like, I think that it's a lot of different organizations out here that will come and try to help assist families. I sometimes I don't think that they market themselves well or promote themselves well. But I mean, you gotta find a way to, if you're having problems struggling to deal with these kids, why are you feeding the kid whiskey to put the kid to sleep? And this probably wasn't the first time. And now somebody coming forward saying that they left the kids alone so many times in a certain period of time. Why did you call Child Protective Services if you know they leaving these kids and they're not capable of taking care of themselves? It's a lot to unpack in this, Truth Nation. There's a lot to unpack, but I see it all the time. And then most women will call me and tell me that the system took their kids and they want the kids back. And I say, okay, well, what happened? See, they don't want to go back and say what caused Child Protective Services to get involved. They want me to stay. I want my kids back. My kids been gone for 2 years. Well, okay, well, what happened? They ain't nothing to tell me that they was doing stuff that they weren't supposed to do many times. Now, it was some cases where it was legit, and I worked on those cases. But when you start peeling back, I don't care how you emotionally feel, some choices you make have consequences. And some of these people be like, Tory, I need you to help me get my kids back. Maybe them kids safer outside of your parenting. I done took this class, I done did this, I done did that, and I still ain't got my kids back. Well, look at the extreme measures that you put them through to get them taken. Maybe, I don't know how long the system gonna hold them kids. They trying to get them kids, get every last dime out of them kids. Once CPS take them kids, they account. They making money off them kids. Then if they adopt them out and give you, cancel your parental rights and stuff like that, it get deep. Now your kids are in a system where they are accounts, and they not finna lose that account. Sometimes if they get them young enough, they not trying to lose that account. They trying to keep them kids in the system as long as they can. You got to think before you do something stupid. And always try to reach out. Reach out for help. If you don't know where to go, I mean, I done seen people just go on social media and say, hey, do you know anybody that can help me with this situation with my kids? I'm telling you, some people that know that even if you don't know, they'll try to help. But you got to open your mouth. This was just pure stupidity to give a kid alcohol. Hey, I guess some people say it is what it is, but I'll only say this. Like, some people don't need to have these kids because they raising monsters. They not giving the kid everything they need. And these kids are out here, then they get old enough to get out here on the streets, and they don't have no feelings because nobody didn't show them no feelings. They hardened because of what happened at home. And think about it. If you can't trust your mama or father, who can you trust? If the people that brought you in this world ain't trying to do for you, you raising somebody that may not have no feelings. And they don't care. So that's tough. That's tough. Well, look, when we come back, Truth Nation, we got some more stories. And we're going to open up the lines if y'all want to join in the conversation, 833-212-1017. Stay locked in right here on Tory Lowe.
More of the Tory Lowe Show is next on 1017 The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
This is 1017 The Truth, Kyle Wallace, and I am Milwaukee. I take great pride in being a 414 boy and representing the city that I love. The great memories I have of going to Northtown Cinema to see movies with family and friends, to going to Capitol Court to see the Black Santa Claus, this city has helped shape me into the man that I am today, and I pledge to utilize my voice as a way to advocate for you in our community. Join the home of Milwaukee's realest conversations where you can speak your truth. We are the award-winning 1017 The Truth. Milwaukee Black Talk.
Hi, this is Sherwin Hughes from 1017 The Truth, and I want to talk to you about something bigger than just buying a house. I'm talking about building a legacy. Owning a home isn't just about four walls and a roof. It's about giving your kids a place where memories are made, where birthdays are celebrated, and where they always belong. It's about planting roots, knowing your neighbors, waving from the porch, and being a part of a community that feels like family. If you've been renting and wondering if home ownership is even possible, Axe Housing is here to work with you. An Axe Housing coach will help you create a plan, a budget, and move step by step toward owning a place you can truly call your own. They've already helped over 4,000 families become homeowners, and many are paying less than they were paying for rent. Don't let where you are today stop your family's tomorrow. Start your journey at axehousing.org. That is ACTShousing.org. Your legacy begins at home.
Wisconsin is as hard-working of a place as you'll ever find. There's a sense of pride, community, and work ethic that's second to none. People here are tough, but even the toughest among us need help after a serious accident. At Gruber Law Offices, we won't stop fighting for you and your family. We've been here and will continue to be here for as long as you need us. Gruber Law Offices. One call, that's all.
Still think you're going to use those old chemicals just sitting around under the sink, in the garage, or down in the basement? We're talking things like old antifreeze, paint thinners, batteries, propane cylinders, and pesticides. So don't let them sit there. Get rid of them right away. To MMSD's Home Hazmat Drop-Off Centers. It's safe, it's easy, and it's open to all Milwaukee County residents. There are 3 locations open year-round. Let's clean up Milwaukee.
At UW Credit Union, our home loans have everything you need for your next big step, including up to $750 off closing costs for all home buyers. And first-time buyers can save even more. So if you're ready to trade roomies for more room, or your townhome for an out-of-town home, UW Credit Union will be with you from start to furnished. UW Credit Union. Apply online today. Equal housing lender. Credit may be limited as required by program. Visit uwcu.org for details.
This is the Tory Lowe Show on 1017 The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
Like doing this stop skirt, Milltown, I'ma hit it then drop. Yeah, sipping juice, sipping Pop-Tarts. Sipping juice, sipping Pop-Tarts. Yeah, sipping juice, sipping Pop-Tarts. Yeah, I'ma hit it then drop. Huh? Milltown, I'ma never gonna stop. Go. Clap on, clap off, we don't never stop. Nah. Green light, go mode, take it to the top. Go. Milltown bounce, make the whole block rock. Boom. Hit it once, hit it twice, then it drop. Drop. Clap on, clap off, we don't never stop. Never fast lane living, I ain't never gon' flop. From the mud, now we up, can't stop. Yeah. Whole city watch when the beat gon' knock, knock. Chase them down, make them swerve in a pothole. I get it hot, keep it hot now. Turn the energy up, keep it hot now. Let's go. Make them hit a pothole, make them swerve mode. Hit the corner quick, now I'm back on
1017 The Truth, Tory Lowe Show. We got some back and forth going between the Fire and Police Commission, the mayor, the police chief, all over this reckless driving and these new chase policy changes. They try to make some adjustments to the chase policy, and the police chief is not going for it. And I guess the mayor saying he's siding with the police chief on this one. If you're watching this, we broadcast live. We got some video. Let's listen.
Johnson is standing by the police chief, fighting proposed limits and other changes to the department's chase policy. Last week, Chief Jeffrey Norman rejected the Fire and Police Commission proposal to prevent officers from chasing a reckless driver after they try to pull a person over.
I support the chief's position. I think that, as I've always said, when somebody causes an incident of death or harm or destruction, they've got to be held to account. And I don't want people to think that it's okay for them to drive recklessly, for them to hurt people, for them to be, having the police to go on these wild, goose chases and stuff like that. You got to nip that stuff in the bud.
According to the FPC, the Milwaukee Police Department averaged around 970 chases each year since 2018. The Common Council could still vote to implement the changes. Milwaukee Mayor Cavalier Johnson is standing by the police chief, fighting proposed limits and other changes.
They can choose when to chase. Maybe extreme conditions. I think if there's maybe a carjacking or something extra serious, but I think that they're trying to give like kind of guidelines on when and when not to chase. Now, I'll say this: when they in black communities, they don't care. They'll chase and run somebody into a pole, or it could get wild in the hood, But I think on the outskirts, when they go to these other communities, when it comes to these chases, I think that they pick and choose. I think they do that in better ran communities where they don't want to damage the neighborhoods and stuff like that. But I'm gonna tell you this: a lot of these cops don't work they don't live on the north side. They just work on the north side, so they coming in with comeback boots, ready to go to war. And they love it, They come home, talk about it, go to their communities. They don't live in Milwaukee, so wherever community they from, they go back and talk about it at dinner. Yeah, I was chasing those whatever down. It's a thrill. But they wouldn't do it where they live in some of these suburb neighborhoods. They have more caution. But I see it, the reckless driver driving reckless and the cop driving reckless to me. It don't matter. It's the hood. Nobody care. I want y'all to weigh in on this. 833-212-1017. Do y'all agree with the chief? We need to chase. The chief and the mayor need to chase, or should it be some regulation to the chases? 833-212-1017. I want to know. I mean, it's y'all community. What do you want? What do you want? Chase to chase or not to chase? They saying that they don't want the changes. That the police officers need to continue on the same schedule that they've been on, however they're doing it, and should adjustments be made? 833-212-1017. I saw somebody that said something on a social media post. They said that the problem is if we don't do chase in the carjacking and car goes up because it figures there's no consequences, then there's nobody gonna chase them. I do see that where they saying that, okay, well, the police can't chase me, so I'm gonna just act a fool. So you don't really want that. Also, they did this before where they stopped the chasing, and then you start getting these rolling drug houses where people started selling drugs from the car, and then the police will pull them over, then they'll pull to the side, then they'll speed off, and the police can't chase them. So that's something that took place too in the city of Milwaukee, where people got innovative. They said, well, the police pulled me over, I'm gonna pull to the side. As soon as they get out the car, I'm gonna burn rubber on them, and they can't chase me. And that's how the rolling drug houses started. 833-212-1017. I'm opening up the lines. Do you agree with the police chase changes, or should police chase or not chase? I want to know. We got Miss Pat on the lines. How you doing, Miss Pat?
I was calling because I really don't know about the chasing thing, because this has been a conversation for I don't know how long, you know. But I was calling because if you don't want to talk about it, you can tell me.
No, go right ahead.
To mind my own business. Okay. Well, I was listening to you just a little while ago, and you were saying that if you are not able to pretty much have control of your show, that you probably wouldn't be on, on the radio anymore. Right. That's what I heard, you know. And it basically made me feel like, well, if you leave because you don't have control over your show, and I listen to everybody's show, is that going to be that we're going to be listening to puppets? You don't have to say yes, you don't have to say no.
Look, you got to make the suggestion for yourself. I only can speak for Tory Lowe show. Everybody signed a different agreement how they come into the business. I just know that I came in that way, so that's how I'm going to stay. Yeah. I came in like that. Yeah.
Okay, well, I just have a remark. You don't have to say anything. I just hope that they don't do that because people are not as silly and dumb as they think we are to not know script when we hear it. And I feel like it's unfair if that's what we get because our community is all the way real. So we need to make sure we have real people talking to us about real situations in our community and not just hitting points that the man done put them up to hit and not be able to say what it is that's going on. So I just want you to know that if you leave, I know the People's Voice has left the building, and I will be leaving too. Thank you.
Hey, all I'm going to say is this. Before I got on the radio, I had to create media on social media because a lot of the things I was dealing with would not go into the established red black media. They would not print it. I only got 1 or 2 stories in 17 years in those newspapers and those communications. And I'm talking about I was all over the country. I'm talking about I'm going all over the country. I'm in Ferguson. I'm doing everything. I'm in 1,000 media outlets. And in Milwaukee, I only been in those black media outlets, establishment ran media outlets probably once or twice. If it was up to the Milwaukee black media, I wouldn't even exist. That's all I'm gonna say about that. And that's the truth. Like they started printing more once I got on the radio because it was like, oh, he didn't grew into something else. But I had to use my social media outlets to get the word out. And so I grew to 80,000 some followers online, and I had strongest communication with the people in the city of Milwaukee when it came to social media and talking about what was going on in the community. Now, when I got on the radio, we started being able to broadcast and have families come in and do this and that. But I'm going to say this, it always been fed to the black community through a straw, whether you know it or not. The media have always been controlled and the establishment ran, and if anybody got off script, they got zapped. It was what it was. And so they ain't finna pay for you to be free. I'm just saying. But with the truth, it was one of those things where they wanted to have the black voice not be muzzled. And nobody on the truth have been silenced, or nobody told them they had to say this and say that since we've been here 5 years. And that ain't never happened. That ain't happened to me. And I would have heard if it would have happened to other people. But I think that many times when we talk about moving forward and things like that, that's just my brand of just delivering media. And I've always been like that. So, whatever people agree to, that's what they're agreeing to. And I'm just not agreeing to it. Anita says, look, there was Tory before radio, and there will be Tory without radio. I agree. Like, people ain't going to stop needing service. I'm trying to tell you. I'm trying to tell you that 100%. So, but it is not over. Like I said, I'm looking forward to the next 10 years of what's happening because we've always been able to grow to that next level. And like I said, for those that understand what's been going on and that's been keeping an eye on the community, y'all already know what time it is. So, like I said, I'm going to make sure that as an advocate that my voice is never going to be muzzled by nobody. Period. It ain't never been, and it ain't never going to start. And that's all I got to say about that. So I appreciate you, Miss Pat, for calling in. When we come back, We got Eddie on the lines. We're going to see what Eddie talking about. Who? Oh, we got Black Eddie, I guess. Black Eddie on the lines. When we come back, we're going to talk to Eddie, Black Eddie, Truth Nation. Stay locked in.
Come in with straight truth.
If you acted up, if you were out here doing any kind of foolishness or just something that people know would make your family's name look bad, your neighbor from down the street, if they see the son or daughter, be like, what are you doing? They gonna call you out. They gonna let you know that they saw you. And then they gonna tell you, come here. Now, you know I'm gonna tell your daddy.
That part.
There are a lot of times when people are new to an area, they don't know where to plug in. And anybody who plugs in the 101.7 The Truth and listen to you and Dame and Truth Nation would know that there is a significant public outcry when violence happens in our community. Don't worry about the outcry if you're not listening to the right people. So I would encourage her to tune in to 101.7 The Truth and listen to you guys, Denise Thomas, Dr. Ken Harris, Tory Lowe, and definitely Sherwin Hughes every day.
Watch all your favorite 101.7 The Truth shows by subscribing to 101.7 The Truth on YouTube.
I take care of the kids, and I take care of my dad. I take care of things at work. The groceries, the cleanups, the meltdowns, the doctor's visits, the family events, mealtimes, bedtimes. I take care of all the things everyone else needs. But I haven't made time to take care of what I need.
Family caregivers are often overloaded. It can feel overwhelming and exhausting. It's no surprise that millions of caregivers experience symptoms of anxiety and depression every year. But help is available, because there may only be one you, but you don't have to do it alone. Head to mentalhealthcareworks.org. That's mentalhealthcareworks.org to learn how to get the support you deserve, because mental health care works when you make the call. If you're experiencing a mental health crisis or thoughts of suicide, dial 988, a message from the American Psychiatric Association Foundation.
Real talent is defined by what people can do, not where they learn to do it. So by stopping at the education section of a resume, you might throw away the perfect hire. You might miss someone who has valuable skills to offer to help your business thrive right now and in the future. Because the truth is this: Skills First Hiring helps you see talent others miss, like more than 70 million stars, skilled through alternative routes. When you let their story unfold, you gain a competitive advantage, because hiring managers who start with skills are 60% more likely to find a successful hire. See the real person, complete. See what others miss. Hire skills first. Learn why it's a competitive advantage at tearthepaperceiling.org. Brought to you by Opportunity at Work and the Ad Council.
Get the truth and nothing but the truth with Sherwin Hughes every weekday from 9 a.m. to 12 p.m. on 101.7 FM, 1510 a.m. WGKB Waukesha, and W269DL Milwaukee, a locally owned Good Karma brand station.
Justice Wisconsin, the truth, the most requested advocate in the state. 101.7 FM, the movement continues. Yeah. Milwaukee, stand up. It's Tory Lowe, the truth. From 1 to 4, we about that action, so tap in and let's go. We want that justice, we want all the smoke. From Monday through Friday, trying to bring the city hope. Yeah. Tory Lowe from 1 to 4, Monday through Friday, let's go. We bout that action from the block, and we ready, let's go. Tap in, and it ain't no holding back. We ready.
101.7 The Truth. Tory Lowe. Tory Lowe Show live from American Family Insurance Studio at the Avenue. The movement continues. The marathon continues right here on 101.7 The Truth. Thank you for joining me for the third hour of the Tory Lowe Show. And we got a question of the day. Once again, the police chase conversation is back up in the front. The mayor has said he's siding with the police chief. They don't want no changes to the policy. But the Common Council can still make some adjustments to these chasing probably kind of giving a criteria on when and when not to chase. It's been an issue. There's a lot of people on both sides. But what do you think? 833-212-1017. Take the poll in the chat. We got Eddie on the lines. How you doing, Eddie?
All right. My opinion is that they should use discretion. I don't think every situation creates a high-speed chase. Now, if you got a person that's running from a situation, maybe a felon, armed felon, or a person that took someone's car at gunpoint, or something that's at a level where they are a danger to society, yeah. He is joyriding, that might be a situation, and a different situation, or a situation where maybe the car isn't stolen, the license plates match up. Mm-hmm. Some people stupid enough to run in and they gave the police the ID and whatever. In situations that they could, if it'd be safer to not chase than rather chase, I think they should be able to make that decision, not only for them, but for their safety as well. Summertime coming out, you got a lot of kids outside. You got a lot of activity on the streets. You know, is it worth chasing somebody at 100 miles an hour, 120 miles an hour, where even the police can get killed in a situation like that? You know, so you know, but I do agree with, if they say no chases, then you just go. I mean, even now you got people that have taught the police to chase them, do things. So if you got it where there's no chasing, then things will really get out of control, and you got some people that take advantage of that. So it's a tough decision, but and some of these streets are narrow. The speed bumps, you know, it's all kinds of reasons. But my opinion is that, yeah, I'd rather see them use discretion rather than not do a chase at all. At least you got a person with trouble. And as far as your radio station, I believe right now the owners or the however is being controlled, they putting their sensors out of where and what direction they want to go in or whatever. I got a feeling for that. Because you really don't have black radio besides you and WNOV, and not only that, they got WIFN, they got 620, they got all these other stations. So the only thing I can think is that they want to control the media in our community, so they can keep us under control or less educated, less informed. So, yeah, you know, that I think it's a continuation. You know, I don't care if it's Democrat or Republican, you still got people that are shifty on both sides, people that don't like black people, no matter what. And those people are, to me, are in the same bed anyway because they got money, and any rules they make is either going to affect them or not affect them. So it's just like a big soap opera, continuous soap opera. But right now, I think the new ownership is trying to see if they can, who they can scare, who's going to be the yes man, and again, control what goes on in our community without us being educated. So time will tell, but that's how they do. Those corporate people, they sit up and they listen, and then they'll figure out what direction they want to go in. Because if they get rid of you or Sherwin or Dr. King and Homer Bro and all, who can replace y'all? I mean, who really has a voice like you do? We got our own language in the inner city. So who would they get? And if they're concerned about radios and stuff, I don't think they're going to get them. Because I'm not going to listen to some of the stuff that I hear on WTMJ or none. Are they going to hire Mark Belling or somebody to come in? You know, hey. So time will tell, but I think that's what they're doing. They be listening to see what that right direction they want to take y'all in.
Hey, like I said, you know, I think that many times change is inevitable, and like I said, I set my platforms up for the community to get resolved regardless of what the outlet is. I see it all the same. I see it all as the same. As a weapon to make sure that we can make change. That's I use it's like another thing in the utility belt to use, whether it's radio, social media, Instagram, TikTok. I don't care. Like, it's just getting the word out, because for a long time, they shaped our narratives and gave it to us and fed it to us. And I think when the truth came, and that's why, when I was in my first interview, I was like, okay, I deal with the community straight up, so I don't know if y'all want that on the air, because they wasn't even giving me no love in the black media before that. I had to create social media to really deal with the problems in the community, because all of it wasn't going into the black media. They was picking and choosing, and it was establishment ran. I'm gonna just be 100%. You couldn't go outside that box, so I broke the box. I'd never been in the box. I never had I wouldn't even go nowhere if I thought it was gonna be a box. I'm responsible enough to really, handle my community the way I've been handling it. And how you gonna tell me how to handle my community and you don't even handle? They not even calling you. They calling me. So I do it every day. So I wanted to make sure that brand of community was able to hit the airwaves. So that's what I did, and it's going to continue to happen regardless of what takes place. Trust me, it's greater things coming. Don't think that, okay, this is the be all end all. It's other stuff. If that's not the case, if whatever don't happen, it's never going to stop. The movement going to continue. It doesn't even, whatever's going on is either a plus or not. It's either could be beneficial or it's never going to be detrimental to me. Understand what I'm saying, Truth Nation? Like, it ain't never been that. I ain't never put myself in that kind of pot. It may take a different shape, but it's still going to be as powerful or even more powerful, because I don't see it slowing down no time soon. We got Brother Love on the lines. How you doing, Brother Love?
Hey, how you doing, Tory, man?
Blessings, Brother Love. How you doing?
Oh, man, I'm feeling good, man. Tory, so you said the black media, is that LBGQT? Or is that the people?
What's going on with that?
I'm confused.
I mean, I don't know. I didn't say anything about LGBTQ, so.
No, I ain't gonna say you said that. I ain't gonna put that on.
I didn't even say that.
Okay, so I just wanted to say, Tory, about the police search. I think that the police, honestly, I think they should, because I know a lady that the police is chasing a drug dealer, and and the police, her son was driving, and the guy that they was chasing just ran into her son and killed him. She felt so bad for him. And that hurt me too. So I think they should send assist on chasing.
Okay, and a lot of people feel that way, Brother Love. A lot of people feel like, was it necessary to, is all of the chases necessary? They said 900 chases, an average a year. You know what I mean? Some of them could have been handled differently, could have spared a lot of lives in a lot of those chases. I don't know. This is why you got to make sure that the leadership is tapped in what the people want. Now, I didn't have people call in and say that they want the chasing. They want that. They want that roller coaster going on in the neighborhood. Then I got some people to say, hey, look, was it all is every chase necessary, And this is reasonable, and it's a great question. And I think that the new adjustments is saying just that. Is every chase life and death? And it ain't nothing wrong with it. And if they can make an adjustment on the level of chasing, that can't be a bad thing. Because they're not saying don't chase. They're saying that do you chase everybody? Putting a lot more people at risk. Well, we got the poll in the chat. To chase or not to chase. Where we at with the poll, Andrew? What they saying so far?
54% do say do not chase, Tory.
54% is saying do not chase. 54% of the chat that then chimed in to the poll saying, don't you have to chase everything. That's like y'all women say, you ain't got to chase every skirt. Hey, look, when we come back, we'll have more conversation, Truth Nation. Stay locked in right here on Tory Lowe.
More of the Tory Lowe Show is next on 1017 The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
May is Skilled Trades Month, a time to celebrate the hands-on careers that keep our communities and our economy moving forward. At Junior Achievement, students learn that great careers don't always start behind a desk. With support from Komatsu, students are exploring opportunities in skilled trades, advanced manufacturing, engineering, and technology in Milwaukee's Harbor District. Thank you, Komatsu, for helping inspire the next generation of builders, problem solvers, and innovators. Learn more at ja.org.
Hi, this is Sherwin Hughes from 1017 The Truth, and I want to talk to you about something bigger than just buying a house. I'm talking about building a legacy. Owning a home isn't just about four walls and a roof. It's about giving your kids a place where memories are made, where birthdays are celebrated, and where they always belong. It's about planting roots, knowing your neighbors, waving from the porch, and being a part of a community that feels like family. If you've been renting and wondering if home ownership is even possible, Axe Housing is here to work with you. An Axe Housing coach will help you create a plan, a budget, and move step by step toward owning a place you can truly call your own. They've already helped over 4,000 families become homeowners, and many are paying less than they were paying for rent. Don't let where you are today stop your family's tomorrow. Start your journey at axehousing.org. That is ACTShousing.org. Your legacy begins at home.
At UW Credit Union, we have best-in-class technology and peopleology. Like if you lose your card, you can stop by in-branch for a same-day replacement, or you can have a new one instantly issued to the app. So whether you prefer interacting with our snappy online interface or our in-person regular faces, UW Credit Union is always here for every you. And whichever you choose, it's the best of both worlds. Join today at uwcu.org. Federally insured by NCUA.
When you work smart, incredible things can happen. By joining Smart 18, the union for Wisconsin sheet metal workers, you'll open the door to a brighter future. You'll learn and earn more. Enjoy awesome benefits across the board. Build a great career and feel empowered and supported every step of the way. The smartest career decision you'll ever make starts with Smart 18. Find out more today at smart18info.com.
Hey Wisconsin, it's construction season and the Wisconsin DOT wants to help you safely navigate work zones in your area. Check 511wi.gov or download the free 511 app to see current road work, closures, detours, and camera views on your route. Wherever your travels take you, know before you go with 511wi.gov. That's 511wi.gov. And remember, know before you go. Always park the phone while driving. Sponsored by the Wisconsin DOT.
This is the Tory Lowe Show on 1017 The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
Cause we don't rock with them. It's either us or them. Hey. Cause we don't rock with them. It's either us or them. Cause we don't mess with them. It's either us or them. Cause we don't mess with them. It's either us or them. Cause we don't mess with them. It's either us or them. Cause we don't rock with them. It's either us or them. Cause we don't rock with them.
Came from the block where the sirens don't sleep. Late night prayers, mama crying in the street. Young boys lost trying to find what to be. Had to stand tall, put the weight on me. Seen it up close, I ain't speaking from far. Every scar got a story, everyone got a mark. Turn pain into purpose, turn dark into spark. Now I'm lighting the way, yeah, I'm playing my part. They was counting me out, had to prove I belong. Now my voice in the streets and it carrying strong. Every step that I take, yeah, I'm righting the wrong. From the struggle to the stage, now I'm singing my song.
If it's us or them, I'ma stand on my side.
Never switch, never fold.
I got too much pride.
For the people, for the city.
Yeah, I ride how I ride.
Put my heart in the work.
I got nothing to hide.
101.7 The Truth. Tory Lowe Show. I guess it's good news for the food service workers. We got some good news for the food service workers. They're saying that Evers, they may allow the tips. The whole thing that you keep the tips, no tax on the tips, and overtime. I thought he voted against this, an earlier proposal that was supposed to give people the no tax on tips and the overtime and stuff like that. I guess he had a change of heart. If you watch this, we broadcast live. We got some video. Let's listen.
Every dime count. We're always living check to check, so we need every penny. Like
Alante Mayon Denson manages Goodland Greens inside the market. I told him that Governor Evers announced a proposal Monday that would eliminate state taxes on both cash tips and overtime.
We are already struggling in my community, so like not having to pay extra for taxes, like it would help out a lot.
He says the service industry is full of
hard workers. They go through a lot and still get up every day and work hard.
Alante tells me that he feels the pain when paying state taxes on overtime.
If we work in overtime, that's because we need it, so that's more reason why they should help us with giving us no taxes on our overtime and tips.
The plan introduced by Governor Evers would simply mirror the federal tax law, which was part of the Big Beautiful Bill, which was signed into law last July.
The federal return this year for me was really, really good. I worked almost the entire year as a tipped employee, so I got the biggest return I've gotten so far.
Gareth Piper has worked in the service industry for his entire career. He says the relief on state taxes would be appreciated.
If I got that on my state return as well, that would be hugely beneficial for me.
According to the governor, eliminating state income tax on overtime will save families across the state $328 million over the next 2 years. However, lawmakers still have the final say.
We need extra money already. The price of living is already high, so like I think that'll be great for us.
All right. Well, I think it'll be a great idea. I thought it was a great idea when I first heard it. You know, and like I said, politics get involved, but for whatever reason, it's coming back around. Barbara says in the chat says because there won't be any overtime. There won't be any overtime to give when they make this come to fruition. They ain't gonna have no overtime. No, what I'm saying is, I might become a bartender. You know, no tax on tips. You can get all the tips, taxes on overtime. Hey, that might be a good side hustle.
We were debating today, Tory, how much do you tip your barista at like a Starbucks or a coffee house?
Not that much. And most of the time, if I'm buying a drink for $15, I'm not leaving. That's the tip in the price. Now, if you sit down to eat, I'm talking about like a bartender, somebody that's waiting tables. I tip those people, But I never understood tipping the person that you just bought a drink for $15 and they want a tip. Or, is no service. I don't do well when you got to stand there and order the food and then you get it and you leave.
Fast food?
Yeah, I'm not tipping like that. You is not getting no tip just because I came to a restaurant to buy a meal. No. I'm talking about good old fashioned sitting down, eating someplace or being served, like a bartender or something like that. Usually that's a tip. Maybe in my mind, that's when you get a tip. The pizza guy. But now with the high prices of delivery, that's the tip right there. That when they increased the price, they took the tip. Who actually reports all their tips? This is what Sir Chance is saying. Who actually is reporting all the tips? I don't think they was really reporting all the tips in the first place. Especially at the gentlemen's club. I know they weren't reporting all them ones on the ground. At the gentlemen's club. I got somebody, they said that 7285 says, you have work haters, just like your song says. A lot of people don't want to say it, but they hate Lowe. Yeah, I mean, that comes with success. If you ain't getting, if nobody don't hate you, you not being successful. You know what I mean? Haters, they say when you do something right, the haters come. Long as you struggling, you don't get no haters. But when you doing it right, that's what comes along with it. So God bless. God bless everybody. I made a decision a long time ago. I stay focused on the prize and the outcomes and the results. That's what I think about. I use all my energy to get outcomes and results for those that try to help, ask me for help or try to strategize for that. I don't waste my energy like that. I don't have time to be paying attention to a lot of things. And I wouldn't even talk. Half of this conversation wouldn't even happen today if y'all wouldn't have been in the chat coming at me after I took a day off to heal myself. I came back to people in the chat asking me questions.
No days off.
And no days off. But I understand it, and I was more than happy to talk to Truth Nation, because like I said, we've been talking for 5 years, and it ain't going. We've been going back and forth, no matter what the conversation has been. So I'm excited. To tell you the truth, I'm excited. I think a lot of people they think, okay, if change comes, okay, it may be bad. No, you control the change. Like I'm good. Trust me. When I tell y'all I'm good, if I was bad, I'll tell y'all. I mean, I probably wouldn't complain. I would never complain, but I'd be like, this might be going left a little bit. I said what I said about it and take it for what it is. And I'm looking forward to the next 10 years of my life. It's going to be powerful. Trust me. Trust me when I tell you. I smile when I think about the next 10 years of my life because I understand dynamics. I didn't live like 5-6 lives already. What's another one? What's another change? You know how many changes we go through in life? Please, I didn't went through so many different changes in life. I welcome it because every time you got to take that next step. It's that next stage. It's that next chapter.
Life is a toll booth. Got a lot of change.
Yeah, and so it's powerful when you understand that and you ready for it. And I've been ready. I always be prepared so you don't have to get prepared. I've been prepared for a long time. Like we outside, we ready. And this is how I help the community. I have to stay ahead of it so I can give everybody the right angles to take. So I live a life like that. So it's nothing to me. We just going through the process, and I wish everybody under the sound of my voice the best, even this summer, as we get out here and tackle all of the different issues that we got to tackle. I mean, we together, we the village, and we the ones that's going to make the change. I told you, 2026, it's time to repair the village. I didn't say pack your bags. I didn't say pack your bags and jump on the plane. We ain't leaving the village. We going to stay here and deal with it. And then when it's all said and done, you're going to have the naysayers. You're going to have people saying negative things about why you doing this and why you doing that. But like I said, you got to live the purpose inside you. You got to live your purpose out that's inside you. And sometimes people will speak against that purpose. Some people will cause doubt. Even family members, even your close friends, even people you know will say, you can't do that. I remember when I first decided to walk from Milwaukee to Chicago, somebody I was close to, I ain't going to say their name, they was like, you going to die, if you try to walk from Milwaukee to Chicago. And I done did it 7 times. 7 times. I stopped at 7 because I'm a numbers person. So I stopped at 7 because if I go past 7, then I got to go to the next number, to the next complete number, and I ain't finna do that. So 7 was good, and I was done with it. Then we added that walk from Milwaukee to Washington, D.C., and I'm telling you, my feet told me if I ever try to walk past the Milwaukee border that they was going to give out on me. They tired of walking that far. They is not walking. My feet is not going that far no more unless I'm driving. Hey, look, when we come back, Truth Nation, we'll have more conversations. Stay locked in right here on Tory Lowe.
The Tory Lowe Show returns after this on 1017 The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
Congratulations to the class of 2026.
Got a grad to celebrate? Make it easy with a Cousins Subs gift card. Buy $30 in gift cards and get a free 7.5-inch sub for you. Valid on any Deli Fresh or Classic sub. So while you're giving a great gift, you're getting one too. Simple, thoughtful, and way better than a card that gets tucked away. Stop by your local Cousins Subs today. Cousins Subs, we believe in better.
I'm Sherwin Hughes, and I know the power of Stars and Stripes Honor Flight firsthand. As someone who's been on an honor flight, I can tell you it's a day you'll never forget. Stars and Stripes Honor Flight gives our oldest veterans who served in any location in June of 1975 or earlier a free one-day trip to Washington, D.C. for veterans. Airfare, meals, a coach bus tour, and special flight apparel are all included. It's a day of honor, gratitude, and camaraderie. Veterans who served in the Vietnam or Korean War go to flySSHF.org and ask for an application.
My name is Emma. I am 13 years old. 6 years ago, I was injured in a car accident that left me paralyzed from the waist down. Once I completed rehab, my mom applied for a canine companion service dog. Last January, I finally got to meet my service dog, Marcia. We quickly developed a very strong bond. Together, we go to my horseback riding lessons, school band practice, swim meets, and archery classes. Together, we pick vegetables, and we like to cut flowers. I love Marcia. She makes me feel like together we can do anything. I can't imagine life without her. She's a part of the family. We are just one of the thousands of teams Canine Companions has paired together over the past 50 years. With your help, we can continue for another 50. Visit canine.org to see the many ways you can change lives.
Honest, direct, and always thought-provoking.
Even if the system don't make sense anymore. And that's the part we got to be honest about. Education is not a theory. It's not a title. It's not a category. It's a student, it's a teacher, it's a classroom, and there's learning. Everything, everybody else, including the superintendent herself, are secondary. Assistant superintendents, or whatever the heck you call them, deputy, chief of school, everybody, they are secondary if a child's not learning. The student is the number one thing there. So if we've reached the point where the only way to defend the system is to argue that keeping teachers out of the classroom is essential to education, then we're not just confused. We backwards. And when policy, practice, priorities, and money collide like that, there's only one word for all of this: nonsensical.
Truth in the Afternoon with Dr. Ken Harris, weekdays from 4 to 6, live on YouTube and broadcasting on 1017 The Truth.
This is the Bloomberg Black Business Beat. Former college basketball standout Lanny Smith founded Actively Black to address a specific need. It's an athleisure brand that's owned and created for the black population. But when building out the brand, Smith got pushback from friends and business leaders who warned that naming it Actively Black might be a turnoff. He spoke to me about why.
Black executives who told me don't name your company Actively Black because you're just going to prevent it from being successful. To me, it's coming from a place of fear and trauma where likely in their corporate careers to move up, they've had to minimize their blackness.
For Smith, naming it Actively Black was not to confine it just to black consumers, but a way to express pride in the culture that influences his company's products.
Why are we not able to have something that we're proud of, that we label as ours, and be proud of it? Why is there negativity attached to it? So part of what I'm doing, man, is also like breaking down some of these barriers.
I'm Bloomberg's Justin Milliner on the Black Business Beat.
The sports update on 1017 The Truth is powered by ESPN Milwaukee. I'm Xavier Spencer. The Milwaukee Brewers are back today after a wild Mother's Day weekend, especially for Bryce Terang. Yankees superstar Aaron Judge says Terang is doing it all right.
I didn't know much about him. I played him a couple times with Milwaukee, but after getting a chance to see him up close, be around him in the clubhouse, man, he's one of my favorite players and favorite players to watch in the game right now. He's impressive to watch, man. He's going going to be a bright young star in this game for a long time.
Brewers are back at it tonight against the San Diego Padres. First pitch is at 6:40. All eyes are on the Milwaukee Bucks as there are reports of the team being open for business for a Giannis trade once again. And ownership and front office officials expect to maintain their trade deadline asking price of a young blue chip talent and a surplus of draft picks. The draft is June 23rd. I'm Xavier Spencer, and this is the True Sports Update on 101.7 The Truth.
This is the Tory Lowe Show on 101.7 The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
Front lines, King Tory Lowe. I see the pain in my city, I can't close my eyes. Too many mothers still crying from the homicide. They say be strong, but they don't feel it deep inside. So I speak for the ones who ain't got a voice to cry. Oh, I've been walking through the fire trying to make it right. Praying God keep me covered every single night. Oh, if I fall, just remember what I sacrificed. I was fighting for my people, trying to bring the light. Yeah. Born on the north side, Fish Street.
Every child deserves a school that sees their brilliance. At Milwaukee College Prep, they believe in high expectations, strong character, and academic excellence. Starting as early as age 3, MCP scholars continue to outperform their peers across Milwaukee. And the best part, MCP is tuition free. If you're looking for a school that partners with you, challenges your child and prepares them for college and beyond, Milwaukee College Prep is the place. Visit MilwaukeeCollegePrep.com to learn more. That's MilwaukeeCollegePrep.com. Also, still think you're going to use those old chemicals sitting under the sink and in the garage or down in the basement? Probably not. So don't let them sit there. Get rid of them right away. Take hazardous waste to MMSD's Home Hazard Drop-Off Centers. It's safe, it's easy, and it's open to all Milwaukee County residents. Plus, there are 3 locations open year-round. For hours, locations, and a full list of what you can bring, check out MMSD.com. Let's clean up Milwaukee. Hey, salute to MMSD. 3 locations. Hey, get rid of that stuff that's lingering, that hazardous waste material in the basement, that's in the garage. 3 locations at MMSD. Let's help clean the city. Let's continue to clean. Also, we got the Clean Your Hood Challenge. I think Minister Kevin sent me a bag of trash that him and his grandson took up off the community. Recently, Miracle Minister Kevin sent me, I'm challenging the community this summer. If you out there, get 1 gallon, 1 bag of trash off the community. Just go out there, get 1 bag, and then tag me in it. Tag me on social media, tag me on Facebook, partner with me on Instagram to collab a story or something. I want to make sure that I want to see how many gallons of trash we can get off the community with the Clean Your Hood Challenge. So every gallon bag of trash is 1 gallon. So if you get 1 gallon bag of trash off the community, we trying to keep a tally right now. And I think 3 people then sent in the Clean Your Hood Challenge. So I think we got 3 bags full. So that's kind of 3 gallons, I guess, 3 full trash bags. So let's see how many gallons we can get off the neighborhood, the Clean Your Hood Challenge. Tag me on social media. You can send it here. I mean, 833-212-1017 with the talk to text. Let's see how many gallons we can get off the neighborhood this summer. Also, I want to talk about this story before we get out of here. A Lincoln Park neighborhood resident, they voiced frustration over a year-old pothole on 22nd Street from the Lincoln Park neighborhood. Residents is mad because this pothole been around for a whole year on 22nd Street. If you're watching this, we broadcast live. We got the complaints. Let's listen.
Looking up 22nd Street coming up on Villard, it's hard to miss. At least drivers hope it is, with a traffic barricade plopped in the middle.
Cars going opposite way, we have to swerve, potentially hitting each other, hitting like the sidewalk or other cars that's parked.
The gaping hole outside where Jakari Fears parks his car drops off close to a foot along the 5-foot gash. A makeshift asphalt repair no longer cutting it. Well, this would be bad enough if this just popped up and they put the barricade here, but neighbors in this area say it's been like this for months, maybe even a year. What would you expect the city to do when they come out here?
Fix it like normal, like any other surrounding areas like Brookfield. You don't never see roads like that, like this bad, but only in the inner city of Milwaukee.
What do you think about that being that hole in the middle of the street this long?
I think it's disgusting. They could do better, but all they say is just call somebody and let them know. I'm like, we can call people, they still don't want to come.
We're extremely fed up, man, with potholes and the damages, too, that we put on our vehicles just to navigate to earn a living.
Residents can file a claim against the city, but have to document the damage to their vehicle and prove the city was negligent. Lyft driver Dwayne Mack says he's been dodging this hazard for months.
It's horrible. Why would this still be acceptable that when people are trying to get to work and travel, and we have to accept something like this?
Wow, that is a crater. That is a crater in the middle of the street. It comes to a certain point where this ain't even a pothole no more. This is a hazard to the community. They should have a caution tape around this hole in the street that they calling a pothole. This actually you can look under there and see if there's tunnels under the street. This is a crack in the street. And it's been there for a year? I'm trying to tell y'all, if y'all, and this in the middle of the hood, wow. Like, they don't care. That's proof. Then they put like a construction sign over it, and had it there for a year. And people, you know how they say somebody called in and say, hey, if they call in and they'll come and fix it. Well, you can't put asphalt in that.
No, you need a full asphalt truck.
That pothole right there could take out a semi-truck.
That little lady falls in there, she's not getting out, Tory.
Ain't nobody. Look, let me tell you something. If you want to build, an underground bunker, start with that pothole right there. Y'all want to store some food in just in case, a nuclear weapon, a nuclear bomb, that's where you hide. In that pothole right there. And you can see under the street. You look hard enough, you might see Donatello up under there.
Tory, I saw the Mutant Ninja Turtles in Milwaukee.
You might see Master Splinter down there. This is how bad the pothole is in the city of Milwaukee. This is a shame. This is embarrassing. It's a shame. And y'all always talking about these people finna do this and finna do that. Y'all jump behind these folks. That pothole right there is enough for me to call a timeout. That's enough for me to call a timeout. Wait a minute. You telling me they letting this crater been around for a year and they've been filing complaints and it never got fixed? This would never happen in the outskirts in no other community, but only in the city of Milwaukee. That's crazy. Felix in the chat says TMNT coming soon. What's TMNT?
Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Oh, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Oh, wow. I'm trying to tell you. I'm telling you, a rat might jump out and get you. It's a craft. That's a whole crater. Okay, well, hey, look, I had told y'all to send in. I told y'all to send in the biggest pothole in the city. Y'all can forget about it. Because what's over on 22nd Street, I don't think it's nothing worse than that one. That's the worst. You can look down under the city in that. Some of y'all might see y'all kinfolks burning in hell. You can look through there and see what's going on in the pit of hell. What's under there? You can see under the street.
You're wrong for that one.
That's bad. That's bad. What's that clown?
Pennywise.
What Pennywise looking through under the street? Man, that's crazy. You might see Pennywise looking back at you. Wow. That's crazy. I can't believe this. I can't believe that they allowed this to happen for over a year. And grandma on TV, grandma don't get on TV unless it's real bad. You know when grandma get on the TV and you hear her voice, I can't believe this, baby. I can't believe this. They didn't let this happen to the community. That's so terrible. That's terrible. I bet you after when he talked about, put the pothole back up there. Go back a little bit and put when grandma on the news, grandma like, oh, them folk didn't let the pothole and got like that. I can't believe this. Oh my God. Look at this. Look at this crater. You can see under there. You can see. Wow. Might become a massive sinkhole from enough rain pouring down. Well, that's the best thing about the pothole. Some of the flood water could go and kind of go down in there. You know that's bad. Hey, look, Truth Nation, the contest over. I told y'all to send me in pothole pictures. This look like a portal opening up in the middle of the street, like from the fifth dimension. Hey, look at Grandma. Stop it right there on Grandma. Look at Grandma. You know when Grandma on the news, it's bad. That's terrible. All right, let me run the break for my blood pressure start rising up. Got Grandma on the news. That pothole in the middle of the street been there a whole year. I can't believe it, Lord Jesus. I've been praying somebody get that pothole up out the street. I've been praying, man, Cavalier Justin. Hey, look, when we come back, we gonna have to get a recount going. Truth Nation. Stay locked in right here on Tory Lowe.
You are listening to The Tory Lowe Show on 1017 The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
In 1987, the Bucks took on the world and changed basketball forever.
At stake, basketball supremacy in the United States.
Bucks versus the World, narrated by Charlie Behrens, is the new season of Behind the Bucks podcast, presented by Gallagher, your trusted insurance broker and HR and benefits consultant. It's the untold story of the 1987 McDonald's Open, when the Bucks became the first NBA team to face the Soviet Union. Listen now on Bucks.com/plus, the Bucks app, the ESPN Wisconsin app, and wherever you get podcasts.
Hi, this is Sherwin Hughes from 1017 The Truth, and I want to talk to you about something bigger than just buying a house. I'm talking about building a legacy. Owning a home isn't just about four walls and a roof. It's about giving your kids a place where memories are made, where birthdays are celebrated, and where they always belong. It's about planting roots, knowing your neighbors, waving from the porch, and being a part of a community that feels like family. If you've been renting and wondering if home ownership is even possible, Axe Housing is here to work with you. An Axe Housing coach will help you create a plan, a budget, and move step by step toward owning a place you can truly call your own. They've already helped over 4,000 families become homeowners, and many are paying less than they were paying for rent. Don't let where you are today stop your family's tomorrow. Start your journey at axehousing.org. That is ACTShousing.org. Your legacy begins at home.
How much does it cost to talk to Gruber Law Offices after a serious crash? It's free. Yes, free. As in, it won't cost you anything to speak with us. Not sure if you have a case? Call our team at Gruber Law Offices today. Your first call and your first consultation are always free. And you'll never pay us a fee until we win your case. If you've been seriously injured, call Gruber Law Offices. One call, that's all.
Life's better with Drive My Way from American Family Insurance because we know it's more than just a car. It's your escape pod, your adventure mobile, your memory maker. And we help protect the dreams that drive you. Personalize what you pay for auto insurance and you could save between 10 and 35%. American Family Insurance. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Products, pricing, and availability vary based on the way you purchase insurance and by state. Unsafe driving behaviors may increase your rate. American Family Mutual Insurance Company, SI, and its operating companies, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
Discover your new favorite city, Milwaukee. Catch a sunrise over Lake Michigan. Sip your way through craft breweries. And dive into a dining scene that's turning heads. From museums and music to thrilling sports teams and buzzing nightlife, Milwaukee delivers all season long. Good things are always brewing on the Fresh Coast. The expert guides at visitmilwaukee.org have everything you need to fully plan every detail. Whatever it is you'd like to do in Milwaukee. Plan your trip today at visitmilwaukee.org.
This is the Tory Lowe Show on 1017 The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
She got a bankroll. It's not a secret. She can take you. I got a lot of problems and I can't go. But it's okay because I got the Tory Lowe.
1017 The Truth. Tory Lowe Show. We got the recap, Andrew. What's going on? Recap the show today.
All right, well, Tory, we started off with Miracle Minister Kevin asking you about your food poisoning to start the show.
Yeah, it sucked. It sucked. What else? Hey, I'm feeling good. I don't want to. That is something that I do not want to revisit.
We talked about how society needs the bad parents. They need to figure it out because they make society worse by the bad parents, and we kind of hinted to a story about the Fireball whiskey with the parents. Right. Yeah.
I mean, why would you give your kid some whiskey to try to put him to sleep? I know I heard people do that. They used to put the whiskey. Maybe their parents did that to them.
Well, I know we did this a couple weeks ago where we talked about like the bad parenting. I think it was in Louisiana. Mm-hmm. That it was like a punishment that the parents made the kid drink like half a bottle of whiskey as a punishment. And I thought about this story immediately because I said
the 4-year-old.
The 4-year-old, yeah. I thought about this story immediately. Now this family feels more of like, hey, we were trying to put the baby down to go to sleep, but still not right.
All right. Well, what I'm saying is maybe this is something that happened to them.
Yeah.
I would love to hear that they parents put whiskey in a bottle for them to go. I mean, it could be because, we don't know. A lot of people practice ideas that's passed down through the family. Because where else you would get that idea? I don't look at a bottle and be like, hey, let me throw some whiskey in it and feed it to the baby.
Give him some Jameson, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, that's not what I see when I see a baby bottle and a baby. Why don't you rock the baby to sleep? I mean, why don't you do the old-fashioned way and get up and put the baby in your arms and walk around and sing to the baby or, find other ways than to put alcohol in the bottle. I mean, I would love to see if this was something that was in their family that happened to them.
Yeah, maybe. All right, then we talked about the pop culture report, and Xavier joined us to talk about squashing the beef between Kevin Hart and Cat Williams' story.
Powerful.
Huge.
Powerful. That's actually a good thing. Like I said, a lot of y'all holding grudges. Y'all been holding grudges for years. That probably felt relief to get that weight off the shoulders, to just kind of, squash that beef, that long, with a couple decade beef.
Yeah, almost a decade-long beef. 2014 is when it started. I was thinking about the studio executives in Hollywood, Tory, that now can come up with the sequel to Dumb and Dumber, which would be short and shorter.
Well,
Williams and
I don't know, but whatever they do, I'm watching it. It's going to be blockbuster.
And then we talked a little NBA. Nazir was not happy about Wemby not getting thrown out of the game or not getting suspended more. He's playing tonight against the Minnesota Timberwolves, 2-2 series.
And like I said, the NBA don't want to say that they did something to cause Minnesota to get an advantage. And Wemby needs to watch his behavior moving forward, because I don't believe he's going to get the same treatment that he just got. I think that this was his first offense. And a lot of times on your first offense, people get a slap on the wrist.
Oh, yeah.
But in the NBA, he was the clean image that they were going to try to, hopefully make as the face of the NBA, because a lot of these young players, they trapped up. They got a lot of issues going on. Wemby was clean cut. So maybe this was just a one time. They told him not to do it again. He went and talked to David Robinson and Tim Duncan. They told him to calm down. And life goes on.
Yeah, he was on the tarmac today talking to Popovich, so could be something there. Also, I do want to mention that you said you were not a fan of the Chris Brown album.
Right.
Neither was Pitchfork, the reviewing website that does like music reviews. What do you think they gave Chris Brown's album Brown?
3. They got to give it 3.
Lower than that.
What?
1.3.
What?
Out of 10.
Well, yeah, I believe that this was a bunch of songs in his files that he was trying to get rid of. And he just threw a couple fresh songs on top of that, put out a project.
Well, luckily, he cleaned off his desktop now, I guess, Tory. Now he can start fresh. The next album will be better.
Facts.
We got rid of all the other
sometimes every song don't make the cut.
Yeah.
Not that it wasn't a good song. It was just that it wasn't the song out of the batch, the best song out of the batch.
Think about our mixtape. We got 11 songs coming up, yeah.
Right. So I had to try to pick the ones that fit the frequency of what this batch is. And I think the next batch, I got 3 volumes, but this first one, it was just, all the songs went together. You got to be careful when you put out a project.
Oh, yeah. I totally get it. A lot of people have reached out. If you want to reach out for the mixtape, make sure you either text us your email address or jump into the YouTube chat and send us our email address. All right.
Right.
We talked about a mall security officer, Tory, who had a little bit of an accident with the pepper spray, accidentally caught his coworker.
Roscoe Pico Train.
I can't even think about a comp for radio. Like, what would the comp for that be?
What if you
accidentally pepper spraying a coworker?
I mean, you get to go to the doctor. You get to have some days off to recover. And it probably don't even come out your regular off days.
I'm just thinking, I make a lot of mistakes at work. Obviously, nobody's perfect, Tory. I cannot imagine making a mistake so big that I accidentally pepper sprayed somebody.
Well, I'm going to tell you this. If I'm a security guard at the mall and a fight breaking out, you got to have your eyes closed to you got one job. And that's to spray the spray in the eyes of the people that you're trying to apprehend. And if you mess that up, you might as well turn in the badge. You might as well turn in your security guard badge.
And finally, Tory, how large was that last crater, would you say?
Oh, that was a vortex. You fall in that, your whole car might go in there, might not come out.
Might see the ancestors.
Hey, look, you might, some of y'all cars ain't missing and fell in that pothole. Hey, look, well, another powerful show. Salute to everybody that listened in today. Salute to everybody that joined us in the chat. Another powerful chat. I appreciate everybody that chimed in on the Talk to Text, that called in and added to the show today. Amazing, amazing, amazing. Hey, look, I'll say this. The one thing I want to say is, look, change is going to come. But they say change is going to come. Change is here for 1017 The Truth. What that looks like moving forward, hey, your guess is as good as mine, but I'm going to tell you this. I'm going to make sure that I stay what I've always been doing, how I've been doing it as an advocate. And if that has to move in another space, let it move. It's going to be powerful. No matter what happens, it's going to be powerful, Truth Nation. Hey, look, keep your head on the swivel. Green don't always mean go and look both ways before you cross the streets. I love you, Dr. Ken Harris. Up next.
Real talent is defined by what people can do,